Alright, we're live. Episode number 2.
Officially.
Episode number 2.
Yo! I'm amped right now. It's like I took 5 shots of Tennessee.
Alright, for those watching, if anybody's watching, we just posted our first TikTok of our podcast. We uploaded our first episode of this podcast. Shout out to Kevin Varela.
Shout out to Kevin
Shout out to you.
Very first like.
Yeah,
Shout
man.
out to you, boy.
Yeah, we're real ones out here. We show love.
Hopefully,
right, as long as y'all show love back.
Again, my guy.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Alright, it's been a minute, I guess, since we last uploaded or
Yeah,
since we
for
last
sure.
recorded.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, but we got lots of things to talk about today.
Indeed.
Lots of things to talk about.
Anything to talk about. So, you know.
Yeah. Eventually, we'll get to some Q&As. Eventually, we'll ask you guys for some.
Eventually,
for
we'll go on Instagram live during these podcasts, and you guys ask us live questions. Well, you know, we'll get there. But shout out to people like Kevin. All right, it'll be like, yo, shout out Kevin's. All the Kevins in the world. God bless you.
All right. I want to touch on the first topic that JR brought up a while ago. Tipping culture.
Yeah.
Tipping culture.
Well, the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because like a month ago I went on a trip, my first ever all inclusive. I went to Dominican. I don't look that dark anymore, obviously, but I had a fun time. Like, I love the people of Dominican. Like, it was great, but I don't know. Like, I hope other people didn't experience this, but like when I was on the trip, like people were kind of being a little upset because the I don't want to blame it on the people of Dominican, but like the citizens, I'll say, wherever country you go, I'm gonna call them citizens. They're like asking way too much out of us, you know. Like, I know that we work hard and we obviously have a better life. Like, I want to say better life, better. We live off better.
Yeah, we have a better life quality.
Yeah, better life quality, but just at the same time, like, if we're there to like celebrate our life and, you know, vacation and go out, like, why are you guys asking us to give you more money just because it's something basic that we purchased in a way?
But are you talking about like employees or just like general people?
I think people that are anyone that's trying to sell a product, like literally everyone.
Honestly, I get it a little bit. It's a third world country.
Yeah.
So like I come from a third world country, so it's tough.
For sure.
But at the same time, I get where you're coming from. Like, it's too much, bro.
Bro, like,
they do it too much.
Bro, I got off we landed. The guy drove us to our hotel, our resort, and like he took our bags off, and the first thing he says, "So no tip?" That's his first thing.
Yeah, no, that's not how you.
I saw I was confused. I was like, "What do you mean no tip?" I was trying to play it off a little bit because I was like, "That's how you're gonna greet me and say like have a good trip or like thank you." I was like, "No tip." He's like, "What do you mean no tip? No tip?" So I said, that's why I reiterated like, "No tip. What do you mean?" So he like waved me off. He literally like brushed me off like that and just walked off.
Was he like a driver for like the resort or?
He was a driver for the big airline company. So it looks like he was employed by the airline company. Yeah. I don't want to say the airline company, I don't get sued, but like big airline company, and you know, like you're already getting paid. We're paying you for the service already by
That's true.
the airline company. All of a sudden I have to expectedly give you a tip right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then throughout the whole trip, it was just a lot of like that, you know, just a lot of people like as soon as I ask for or like my service is finished, no tip, what tip, any tip? I was like, what, bro? Like, this is what you guys do. Like, you guys are already paid by the resort, and I'm not saying I'm a stingy guy. Like, I'd love to support anyone that's working hard and whatever. Like, I'm not stingy at all. Like, but people just expecting a service for a tip like right off the bat is crazy to me. And now like we're back to Canada or like back to Western civilization. Like, everywhere you go has a tipping option now. Yeah. And like, I don't know how to feel about that because something like Subway, for example, like it was never a tipping option before, but now all of a sudden you make your sub and then right at the machine it says tip percentage and everything. Like, I'm like, what? Like, everywhere is tipping, and then like you can't even say your opinion anymore because you're gonna get bashed by social media or people around you. Like, oh, you don't tip? That's disgusting. You know, like. Yeah. So like that's why I wanted to bring up, you know, like what is your thoughts on like tipping culture and like what do you guys think? Like that's crazy to me.
As far as I understand tipping culture, it's completely different here on the western side of the road compared to the east side of the road, right? In North America compared to like Europe, for example. As far as I know, as far as I'm familiar with, North America like glamorizes and makes tipping culture very luxurious, right?
Yep.
I mean, and to make it kind of like fair for people who work in the industry who require tips, right? Like a lot of them do get paid a little bit less than minimum wage to compensate for the amount of tips that they're getting. That part I do get why, you know, they kind of want more tips, not just necessarily for more money, but because they're also not getting paid as much as minimum wage. Right? So, but now going over to like Europe, for example, like here the what's the word, like the regular expected kind of tip is like maybe 12 to 15% minimum. There it's like
Increased
5, not even.
Oh, so it's like not even expected.
Yeah, it's not even expected.
Okay.
And then there's places in the world, like in Asia, like in Japan, where it'll actually be rude for you to tip.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
really?
Okay, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't travel enough.
Yeah, some people like some places in the world actually take it like offensively if you tip them, right? But in terms of tipping culture here where we live, right, and in North America, I really do think it's got inflated
Yep.
over the last few years.
Big time.
Out of nowhere, it became from like 8 to 10% tip, which was like a good tip,
Yo.
to like 15, 18,
Yeah.
20%, and that's minimum now. And it's just like, oh, how do I keep up with tip inflation if I can't keep up with inflation myself?
Yeah,
you
bro.
know what I mean?
That's what's pissing me off, and like, it just annoys me, you know.
Yeah.
Understandable.
If they're trying to raise prices for tipping, why can't you just pay your employees more? Like, these corporations make billions of dollars every day. Like, you still keep the same wage that you had 10 years ago,
That's
but just add
facts.
more tipping. That's a little bit disrespectful, man. Like, and like a part of me says like, oh, if you're like someone in the service industry, go find another job. That's a little bit rude for me to say, because I know some people want to do it, like pursue further things within the job. So that's why I'm a little bit like like I feel in the middle of it. Like it just sucks, you know.
Yeah.
I want to support, but at the same time, it's a little bit hard for me. I'm working hard too, right? Like,
Yeah.
the hell? I gotta give you $10 extra?
Yeah.
Like crazy, bro.
Honestly, I can speak a little bit from experience because like I did a little bit of DoorDash, so like I felt a little bit of like how the tipping worked, and I'm not gonna lie, $5 make a big difference. So like personally, I wasn't expecting anything like crazy. Like I'm not expecting like a $50 bill or anything like that, but like even if like you can give like $2, $3, $5, that makes a huge difference at the end of the day. So if everyone taught like that, I think everything would be okay, and like you wouldn't have this crazy thing about like, oh, like you didn't tip enough. Like, what do you mean? And like you experience to this day, like I've experienced like we know someone like who work sometimes out of tip. So like Maddie, for example, like her tips are good, and it makes a huge difference at the end of the day. So like in a way, tipping can be really good, but it depends on how you take it. You know what I mean?
But tipping should be optional. Like,
Exactly.
provide the basic like service.
My opinion is
without
like
expecting-
whoever like is working for it shouldn't be expecting like a good tip out
Thank
of
you.
anyone.
Yeah.
That's what I needed.
Expect
You
a
know?
tip, like don't expect like anything good.
Yeah.
As long as you're getting something, you should be satisfied with it.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're putting more effort into like your job or whatever you're doing, and you know like something big can come out of it, then maybe like increase your expectations, but don't go into anything expecting like a huge tip.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Okay, that's perfect. Cause like leading up to my trip, people always tell me, "Oh yeah, don't make sure you tip extra for your bartender or
Yeah.
anyone that's serving you for the future." I'm like, for the future, why can't I give you perfect service now? And then like
Exactly.
that'll like leave an impression in my mind. Yes, I'll give you more.
Yeah.
I have to wait for your crappy service first, and then I give you like $10 extra on the side. So then you remember,
Expectations.
and then you're gonna be nice to me then. Like
Expectations.
I hate hearing, or not I hate, but just like it's really disheartening to hear these stories of like people telling you like advice to get better service when you go out of town. Like you paid so much money already, but then you're giving me advice of like oh, you know, they might like sell you out a little bit on your drinks, so give them $10 extra for the future. Like
That's crazy to think about.
like, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like it shouldn't be expected, which is perfect. Like it shouldn't be expected. Like you should work, like you should show passion through your job, and then people will love that.
But honestly, for like places like Dominican, like Cuba, Brazil, whatever, I understand why they expect a lot, because the point of view that we have from like North America, everyone has money, bro. So like we have this vision, obviously mostly because of like movies and like internet, whatever it is. So we expecting people to like give us money. Not me specifically, but like that's the idea we have. And then when you go to like a resort, like my parents went, and the people that work around, they live off of that. And like their salary is ass. So like whatever tip they get goes into their salary. So they're expecting tips all the time. Like if you can give 10, 5, 20, 50, like they'll take it because their salary is shit. So that's the fucked up part. Like third world countries, like we have this vision of like people in North America or like Europe, where everyone is rich, but we don't know that, like some of us are the same way of they are.
Right.
That's true. Which
That's
is hard because I do want to tip these people. I've never not wanted to tip anyone ever, unless it was extremely horrible service and I disrespected. But like like I go in there thinking like I brought $300 because I want to like 300 US. Like I wanted to like support these people and like I want to get blessed too, right? I brought that money so I can help people out, but like it really makes you like disheartened when like
turns you off.
Yeah, when you bring that money to support them from the start, and I'm not expecting anything obviously, but then like my first impression is like, oh, like where's my tip? Where's my tip? Where's my tip? I was like,
it's a big turn off.
Now I'm like, should I give that? Should I give this? Should I give this? Like, it sucks.
Yeah, no, I feel you. You know, I like bringing back tipping culture here in North America. Sometimes, like I think I've come to a point now where if I feel like I'm gonna be spending $50 on a meal outside and I'm gonna be sitting down like dining in, I'm putting myself in the mindset where I'm like, okay, what's 20% of that? Because I'm accounting for tax and tip.
Yeah.
So realistically, if it's $50, I'll be prepared to look for what, like 60, 65.
60.
You know, so at that point, it's like mentally I'm prepared. So before I sit down, I already know I'm prepared to spend $65 in total.
Yeah, at least.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, preparing yourself is actually crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's like financial, almost like financial literacy.
Damn. It's actually crazy too because I'm talking about foreign tipping, but now going back to Western tipping, like our civilization kind of thing, like it's crazy. Before 15% used to be like gold.
Yeah.
Now they have some options are like being said like 25%. Like what the hell is this? Like
and they get mad at you if you get 15.
8% is crap now. Like bro, back like 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
15% is crap now. Like they get mad.
That's actually crazy, bro. Like 50% like 5 years ago is like gold. Like they'll probably like be on their knees and when you're leaving, like thank you, come again. Like bro, like now 50% is like this is all you have.
Yeah,
that's all you have.
It's so bad now, bro.
And it sucks because like I'm sure like people service industry before like they did it for passion. Now it just seems like these people are just doing it for the tip. I'm like it's crazy, disheartening, man. Like Western civilization, like y'all gotta fix up and pay your people, bro. It's crazy, man.
It's the compensation, bro. It's the compensation. All this tip money because they're getting paid below minimum wage. That's what I'm saying.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what? A lot of people that work in the service industry or like that work off tips, they believe heavily in tip karma. Have you guys ever heard of that?
No.
Tip karma. So it's essentially if you're somebody that's working on a job that's based off tips, when you go somewhere where you have to tip, you tip them well, and so you can get it in return when you're the one working. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just based karma.
Yeah.
Just karma in general, essentially.
Okay.
But they call it tip karma.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
You know what I mean? Give out what you hope to get back.
The universe will pay you back type stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, I get that for spiritual sake.
That's a good mindset to have, though.
Yeah. It is, but at the same time, when
it doesn't always work.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm
work.
saying. When you're going out tipping somebody $5-10 on a meal that's like the same price. You're tipping someone $10 on a $10 meal. Think about that a little bit, you know.
Yeah, man.
This food is bad, bro.
It's crazy. Because eventually, when I like God willing, like I like make a lot of money when I'm financially safe. Like I want to like be like those celebrities where like their bill was like $5, but I want to add 1,000. Like I want to do that.
Yeah.
But like, people's attitudes, man. Like it disheartens it. Because I have that heart to do that. I want to do that eventually, but I don't know, man. But shout out to the people out there. No diss to Dominican. Like I'm just saying, like
to all of our listeners in Dominican, there's nothing against you
listen,
guys.
I love it. The speaking on the actual trip itself, like man, I think everyone should trip. It changed my life. It changed my life, honestly.
That was your first. That was your first all inclusive.
First all inclusive. First time leaving, except going to the Philippines.
Wow.
Like, yeah, man. I felt like I was in a Google picture the whole time. I kept telling my girl that I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm in a Google image. 'Cause, like I look at the beach and I'm like, wow, this looks like a picture that a Google worker would take.
Google background
as a screensaver.
There's a screensaver in your laptop.
Yeah. Bro, that's what I felt like. I didn't feel like it was real. Like, and then by the end of it, I'm like, well, crap, I'm back here now. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's paradise. How long were you there for? 7 days, right?
6 days, 5 nights. But
6
I think
days?
moving forward, I want to do 7 or 8 days.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah, I think you should travel, at least all inclusive wise. You should be there for like 7-8 days.
Oh, interesting. You know what?
You should have like 2 days of rest.
A lot of the people that do all inclusives, they prefer 5 days.
I wonder why.
3 days is too short, right? Because it's like you at least need 2 days of drinking and 1 or 2 days to recover. So that's why you get the 5 days. And usually, out of those 4 days, you're drinking and recovering. The one day you're doing like excursions and stuff like that, right? So usually 5 days is like people's sweet spot. So I don't usually. I'm a little surprised that you want to do 7-8 days.
I did 2 excursions, so that I was like pooped the days after the 2. I did it in separate days, by the way.
Right.
So I was pooped. That's why I mean like I need 2. If
Was
I
it back to back?
no, Saturday, Monday.
Okay.
Those excursions were, and like that one, the last excursion, like it like drained the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you had multiple like exercise and recovery days.
Yeah.
That's why.
I think for every excursion you should have a day extra. I think that's what I'll say. That's why I say
Right,
7
right,
8.
right. Yeah.
Moving
for sure.
forward. But if I have 0 excursions, then 5 days would be perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sick.
I think everyone should travel though. Like for all those people viewing and stuff, like you never traveled before, like book a ticket, please. Save your money and book a ticket.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it changed my life. I'm not gonna lie.
does.
Like seeing everyone else, seeing people have fun, and like seeing water from everywhere else, and sand from everywhere else, the air from everywhere else. Like
When you see a different culture, it changes you, bro.
yeah, man.
It changes you.
And yeah, like it humbles you too. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, go to these places that have like are not first world, but like it humbles you for sure. Like seeing all these people work hard and then like they're so happy. And meanwhile, we're here in Western civilization. People are not happy, but they have like such blessings and stuff. Like, actually, I saw my friend that I met from high school 10 years. Like, he left 10 years ago. 10 years later, he's back. I saw him yesterday, and he's from Winnipeg. No diss to Manitoba and everything, but he was saying like, yo, the water here is better. Like the air is here is better. Like the trees look better. Like everything looks better here. I'm like, damn, man. Like, I'm in Ontario. I lived here my whole life, or Toronto, basically, my whole life, and
I don't
like.
even complain about it.
Yo, I feel like I've been taking this place for granted, even though like we're having so much stress, like inflation, taxes, crap, this, crap, that.
Yeah.
But like we're taking a lot of things for granted, so I feel like people should travel more, so see what the world is like. And
100%.
do that.
Yeah, I went through a few years of trying to travel every single year, at least once in the year. So far, I've been doing well. I mean, like last year, I went back to Cuba, right? I think I went to LA 3 years in a row unintentionally. But man, I love LA. I love Vegas. It's always such a good place to go to. But I do love traveling for the purpose of literally opening your mind to the world that you currently live in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Traveling will help you realize that the world is so much bigger than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
That
we're
you are a
so
lot
small.
more insignificant than you think you are.
We're so
You know what I mean?
It's true, man. Like that's why I say like you should travel, cause like you're out here in Toronto and Canada, like oh yeah, like life sucks this, life sucks that. Let me be an asshole this, let me be an asshole that. Then you go to somewhere, I don't know, pick a country, man. Pick a country that has hot air.
Dude, anywhere, bro.
Yeah, and you'll be like, damn, like life.
It changes your perspective in
Exactly.
everything, man.
Life is actually sweet, you know.
If you think about it, we're literally nothing in the world. Like we're zero, fam. There's so many people, so many different places to like go to, and like we have this idea of like, oh, like there's only like North America. Like North America is the only important thing in the planet, because obviously of like what USA brings to the world. So like we have this image of like US, like the biggest thing in the planet. But when you go outside of the US, like even if you go South America, Europe, whatever it is, you're like, damn, like this shit is real. Like, cause our brain is so closed off to like new places, cause we only see that in movies, like TikTok, social media, whatever. But once you step on, you're like, damn, like anyone can experience this. It makes you feel like you're so like you're worth nothing to the planet. There's so many people, so many places that like you can go, and you're just stuck in just one spot. It's crazy.
Yeah, the world will go around without you.
Exactly.
Right. And the thing is too, it's like once you start to travel, once you start to experience other cultures, like different parts of the world, you start to realize like the mistakes that you can make within your own space, within your own culture.
Yeah.
Right. You start to see the different practices that people have, the different beliefs that people have, and it starts to kind of help you understand like where your faults are, where your weaknesses are at. Right. And then you're trying to see just even like in terms of the weather, right? It's like you can tell why people are like happier for most part of the year, or why people are more depressed throughout most part of the year, right? For countries that get more sun or get less sun, right? And it's like you try to understand like even if a place isn't exposed to, for example, as much sun as a different country is, why are they so much happier than somewhere that does get a lot more sun and they have like beaches and paradise right at their doorstep, right? So a lot of that changes your mentality, because now you're thinking, how do I kind of adapt to that kind of culture to make myself happy given the worst conditions?
Right.
So
Do you change your perspective?
For sure. No, and I also think too, with when I went in February, which is like, I guess, a hot time to go for Canadian travelers, you know, it made me understand too, like, seasonal depression is real, you know?
It is.
Like, man, like, not seeing sun, it actually, like, really does suss you up, like, you know?
It changes you so much.
You need sun. Like,
100%.
my skin was crap going to Dominican. Like, I had, like, acne. Just, you know? Acne, period. When I went there, yo, all I needed was salt water, like beach water and everything, like, and then the sun there. Yo, my skin was clear, bro. Like,
Yep.
It changes.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
The same thing for me. Every single time I'm like, I got psoriasis, right? And every single time I go to somewhere tropical, Cuba or like Hawaii, or when I've been to the Philippines even, every time I come back, my skin is glowing. I'm golden. I'm like baby skin smooth, bro.
Yeah. You have to go out there.
Yeah.
If you're not going to somewhere outside your country, just go outside of your house.
100% recommend.
Get some air, man.
for
Touch some
granted,
grass. Literally, it's cliche. People say touch grass, but like, it actually makes a lot of sense. Like, legit, touch grass. Like,
If
go
you're
outside.
able to do it though. Don't take it for granted. It's a big thing.
Yep. Yep.
But that's my take. People should travel.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I used to be scared of flights because
No,
of Final
you can't, bro.
Destination. But you know what? I don't mind taking sacrifice of being scared for like at least minimum 4 hours, so I can go to another country and like have a grand time. You know. But shout out to Final Destination, man. You really culturally ruined everyone's opinions on flying.
Oh, facts. And driving behind trucks.
Oh my God! Don't drive behind a truck that has logs on it.
Or yes.
I think everyone in the world watched Final Destination 3. I think so.
I haven't.
Bro.
None of them?
I don't think so.
Oh shit! Is that a North American thing? I don't
know, man.
Do you know about it before you came?
I've heard about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just never watched it. But I've seen clips like the log, the truck
Yeah.
log, and everything. I've seen it.
It's fucked up. It's messed up, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's
Final
messed up.
Destination actually kind of ruined me a little bit. Like, I'm actually like always when I do something like that's out of the ordinary, like going on a roller coaster and stuff. Like, I think
Your mind goes there.
Yeah, my mind goes there. Like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. You got extra cautious. You get scared for no reason.
yeah.
For no realistic reason.
Yeah.
You know.
If I ever go on Leviathan, I think I'm gonna fly off or something. But these guys, the Canada's Wonderland, like test that crap like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'm out here thinking, oh crap, like at the top, the highest part of the thing, I
At the
might
end of the
fly
day,
off.
anything can happen, bro.
Yeah.
You never
That's
know.
true. Yo, the amount of times rides at Canada's Wonderland. I don't know if you guys know that one. The it's like a tower and it has like those extending arms where people sit on.
Drop zone?
Not drop zone. It's kind of like a
The
version
one that
of
goes around.
the one that goes around.
Oh,
I
okay.
did that, bro. I was scared as crap.
Yeah,
Nah, you got
yo,
it
I
crazy,
remember
bro.
one summer when you went there, they got stuck up there for 2.5 hours, fam, and it was hot as hell that day too.
Ooh.
Oh, like I would have been pissed if I was up there. I would have been burnt and pissed.
You're sitting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Imagine the
I ain't
ones where
doing
you're
that, bro.
standing or you're doing like the Superman.
Oh hell no,
yeah,
fam.
fuck
I'd be
that.
pissed off, bro.
I'd be over my fear of heights at that point. 2.5 hours, bro.
2.5 hours sitting in the air is crazy.
Yeah, 2.5 hours. I better feel like Superman.
Yeah. At the end of the day, just start shooting webs. Oh man.
Oh dear God.
Yeah. Shout out Final Destination, man.
Yo, switching or pivoting to a different topic. What was the question that you wanted to ask
It's
us?
deep, bro. You want to go there right now?
I'm ready if you
Yeah,
are, bro. I'm ready
I
if
think
you
we,
are.
We got over that hump and like we're passionate now about talking whatever. So let's do it.
So I was on TikTok this week, and I don't know if you guys ever seen Bomb, like the
T-Bum? Oh, the fitness guy?
yeah, the fitness
The
guy.
bodybuilder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got interviewed, and one of the questions the guy asked him, like, if you died right now, would you be proud of the life you lived?
Ooh.
Oh my God, that's deep as hell.
I think about that every day.
I've never thought about it until that.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I wouldn't say every day, but at least once a week. At least once a week.
Yeah, for
I do
sure.
think about it.
As a man, you think about that at least once a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, a lot of what you're doing. I mean, man or woman or they, them, he, her, she, it, whatever. Don't cancel me, please.
We just started, please.
No, I don't think we'll get canceled. We actually named the pronouns. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
We're great.
No, matter who you are, I believe you should be to some capacity, thinking about that. You should be, having that at the back of your mind, right? It's something that drives you, right? If you
Yeah.
were to die right now, like people just in the same way that we're talking about traveling, like don't take living here for granted, like definitely go out and travel. Like you have to be able to think about what you're doing as a person, right, on a day-to-day basis and kind of evaluate, is this something good for me, for the people around me? You know, like if I were to die right now, what impact would I have made in the world? What impact would I have made for the people around me? Definitely I think about that at least once a week. You know, because it's at this point in my life, like if I were to die, would I be happy with the life that I lived? Would I be? That was a question.
Would you
right?
be proud?
Would I be proud? Yeah, I would say so. I definitely would say so. I mean, I to some extent I do want to do more, but I don't know what it is that I want to do more. Right? That's part of what kind of drives me to keep that at the back of my mind, because I want to see what else I want as I continue to get what I want at the moment. All right, so that's just my 2 cents.
So you would be proud.
Yeah, at the moment I would be proud.
Okay.
I think I've done a good amount.
For me, like in terms of answering the question like an interview, like I think I would say spiritually, yes. Physically, no. Like in terms of accolades and stuff, I feel like I'm not proud. I'm not there yet. Like I want to achieve more things, but in terms of my character wise, I think like, you know, I feel like I have good character. Like if some stranger were to talk to me, like I can talk to them, and then at the end of the conversation, they'd be like, that guy's a cool guy. And like he has good intention for people. Like that's what I always wanted for my life anyways. It is a deep question.
I told you.
Like I said, like I think about that like once a week at least, and like it motivates me for sure. Even just thinking about the question motivates you. Like, are you proud? Like you look at the mirror, you look at the mirror in the mirror, and you just say, are you proud? And it's deep, so you have to do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, so my goal for my whole life so far, or like I kind of realized this when I was younger too, is like I always want to change like someone's life or like people's lives. And when I was younger, it was people's lives, like a big people's lives, but now it's just like you can change one person's world now. That's important to me. So if I could do that, then I'm actually legit proud, regardless if spiritual or physical. So I'll leave that at that. That's too deep for me. Like it'll get emotional and stuff, but the question itself, I'll say spiritually, yeah. Character-wise, yeah.
So if you died right now, you would die proud of everything that you lived so far? Your entire life so far?
If I see God right now and he says, hey, yo, like, you're in heaven. Or maybe if I see Satan and he says, hey, you're in hell.
You're what, 27, 26?
26.
26. So yeah.
If he says, hey, welcome to hell, I'd be like, fuck. I wish I did X, Y, and Z in terms of like accolades.
Yeah, for sure.
But like spiritually, I'd be like, okay, you know what? I hope at least one person met me and gets inspired to do good things in honor of me. So I feel like that part I'm proud of, but in terms of my own selfish goals, no.
Valid.
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of the day, if you're able to impact at least one person's life in a positive way, that's already a big accolade.
Yeah.
Like if you're able to sit down and be like, okay, like I think I changed that person's life for the better. Even if you're not a part of that person's life, whatever it is, I think in a way you can be like, okay, at least I did something good. But yeah, I told you guys were deep. The question was deep.
That was deep.
What about you?
Yeah.
If I die right now, I don't think I would be proud of the life I lived.
You don't think?
I don't think I
Character-wise and physically?
general.
Okay.
I don't know. I think like one thing for me was like I never expected to move countries.
Right.
I was used to like moving like cities or like apartments. So, like that was always something I was used to. But moving countries was a huge step for me.
Yeah.
Like huge step. So, and at first it was not something I wanted to do. Like I was not looking forward, obviously, because like I left like Brazil like at my prime teenage years, like a lot of friends, like quote unquote popular kid, like playing basketball like a very good level and everything. So basically, I have two lives. I had the life I had until I was 17, and then I have the life I have until as soon as I move here. So based of both lives, I don't think I would be proud, mostly because I still envision my life in a whole different way, doing something like right now. I thought I would be doing something different. Thought my life would be in a different way, like for example, leaving by myself, like stuff like that. So that's why I don't think I'll be proud, but I'll be happy. I don't think I like if I die right now, I wouldn't be proud of the way I lived and everything I accomplished, but I would be happy with everything I accomplished.
Okay.
Oh, that's very fair.
At first, I was like, damn, that's a little bit sad. But now I'm
No,
like,
no,
I'm
no.
with you. I'm with you
Yes.
on that.
Like
that
I'll be
stance.
happy with like if it was a game over right now, I'll be okay. Like I'll be very happy with everything I've done, regardless of the negative, the positives. I'll be happy, but I wouldn't be proud of what I've accomplished.
Yeah.
Cause like you always have like that feeling of like, oh, like I could do more.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I can give more. I can provide more. I can change my life in a different way. So like I always have that in the back of my mind. Like fuck, like I wish I was doing something different right now. But at the end of the day, you can only do so much with all you have.
No, you're definitely right. At first, I was like, oh man, that's a little bit sad. He's not proud. But like you explained it, I'm like, okay, I'm at the same page as you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you want to accomplish more in terms of like selfish accolades.
Like you still feel like you're not done.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Job's not
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah,
Facts.
that's the perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure, like in relevance to jobs not finished, I'm sure like Kobe feels that way too, right? Like,
100%.
like he had so much more to give, right? Like I want to be like that. I had so much more to give, not
Yeah.
just my accolades as a. He accomplished everything physically.
Yeah, as an athlete.
Yeah, but spiritually, like he was getting there. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. He
was
definitely
getting
still
there.
wanted to do a lot
Yeah.
more, share more of his personality, his mindset,
For
his
sure.
work ethic, right?
Yeah, I think for life you can never be satisfied.
Mm.
Always go after more.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be satisfied. Don't be like okay with where you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you feel like you can do more and you can get more, just go after. Because at the end of the day, like life is so short.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything can change in like a blink of eye.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of experienced that a little bit with like the car accident earlier this year.
Yeah.
So after that, I'm like, fuck, like what am I doing in my life? Because like it gives you a different perspective. But don't be satisfied. Like keep going, keep grinding. You never know what can happen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, life changing scenarios like really do change your output. in life.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
My accident too, actually.
Dude, it gives you a
Yeah.
whole different view.
Yeah.
Cause like one little thing that like happened differently on that scenario, it would have been game over.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So just
Same
don't be
here too, bro.
satisfied.
For
That's
sure,
my
like
thing.
get after it, change
And-
your life, do some things that are different.
And don't live with regrets.
Yeah.
Do anything you want to do, everything you want to do. I always prefer to regret something I did than regret something I could have done.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
100% agree with that. What's the saying that they have with that? I'd rather live my life saying, do you guys know what I'm talking about? I know you know what I'm talking about. There's a quote that people always say. I'd rather live my life saying, I regret doing it rather than saying what if.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's
Right?
a great saying.
Yeah.
As LeBron always said, that's my favorite saying.
Yeah.
That's my favorite saying. That's my favorite saying. Yeah. Shout out LeBron. Shout out LeBron for 40K points, by the way. I know
Oh,
eventually
shit,
you'll see
yeah, you're
this,
right.
so I want to congratulate you, bro.
You're still not a GOAT.
Yeah. Oh.
Whoa,
still
whoa,
gotta go,
whoa,
bro.
whoa.
You're gonna
Different
anger a lot
second,
of
different
fans. Actually, we might blow up because of that. You're gonna anger some fans, bro. So keep saying that. You're right, LeBron. You're not the GOAT. You're right about that, bro.
But as long as that's a great phrase. Like that like that's perfectly explained.
Yeah. So what is it? What is it left that you, or not? I don't want to say left, but what is it more that you want to accomplish?
Like personally,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I think, for example, what I do for like my work right now
Mm-hmm.
is definitely something I don't want to see myself doing like 5 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to be involved in like sports, for example. Like I love sports, any sport. Even the ones I don't understand, I'll still try to get like hold of it. So like I want to be involved with sports. I want to have like a family. I want to have like my own place. You know what I mean? Like those are the things like I feel like if I could get to there, I still wouldn't be satisfied, but I would be more proud of what I accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think in a way where you always have to have something to look forward, and like go after. Because at the end of the day, if you have all the money in the world, you have the perfect house, you have the perfect family, all the cars you want, well, what else are you gonna do?
Mm.
So there's, at least for me, there's always got to be room to improvement. Always go after something new, find new hobbies, find new passions. Like basketball for me is my plug out of everything. Like when I'm playing basketball, that's when I turn off like everything. Like I shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing for me, like I always love like chilling with you guys. So there's another like form of like shutting down. Like everything just kind of turns off.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking like, what can I do? Like I need to get home and do this. Like, so I always leave room for improvement. Like even as a human being, like I always try to learn something new. So That's my take.
Hmm.
I told you guys it was deep.
I'm like whatever the word is, ruminating about that question right now, actually, because you can take that question so many ways. Like,
Yeah.
are you proud of your life? That's a deep. What's the exact question again?
If you were to die right now, would you be proud of the life you lived?
Yeah, like, you can take that many ways.
Yeah.
Man. Like, if you ask some guy down the street, he's gonna think about what he has physically accomplished as compared to like his character.
Yeah.
Because I think this question to me is like a character-based question. Like if I die right now,
It's more like a general view of like everything you've done so far. Would you be proud of everything that you've done up to this point?
I don't think you can be. Like as a
Sure.
human being, you always strive for greater.
Yeah.
Like
Greater, yeah.
like
That's true.
it's natural, and like I think when I was younger, I'd be like, yeah, like I want to strive for greatest. Like I want to make it to the league. Like that's it. Like now that I'm getting older, I still want to achieve the things I want to achieve physically wise, because like I need a better living. But like on top of that, I want to be a better person, like character wise. Because let's say I become like the greatest athlete of all time, but if I'm a super dickhead.
Yeah.
Am I proud?
Nah, you're gonna be proud of what you accomplished.
Superficially I'll be proud of my career. But then like who is there to celebrate me? No one's there to celebrate you except for your sports.
Yeah.
People celebrate Muhammad Ali and Kobe Bryant like to the greatest because of what they like
Accomplished.
accomplished like spiritually.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it would suck for you to be like the best athlete or the best human being ever, but you come home to no one. Like that's an empty feeling. That's something that's never gonna be filled for you. It's like you can be so good at something, but at the end of the day, another part of your life you're horrible at. So there's gotta be like a good balance, so you can be actually like satisfied and proud of everything you're doing.
Right. Like I feel like I know this. Like Michael Jordan's my greatest player of all time, greatest athlete. Like I look up to him, but like if he passes away, I don't think I would be as emotional as I was when Kobe died.
Yeah, I agree.
Because what did
And also,
Michael
like,
Jordan embody that Kobe? Like I don't know how to phrase this, but like
Kobe embodied Michael
yeah,
Jordan.
right?
No?
What?
Huh?
I'm confused. Michael Jordan is like the epitome of sports, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like outside of him being an athlete, what did he accomplish? Like did he like touch my heart in a way? Like pause? Like did he did he inspire me, like did he tell me to work hard in life just as a regular human being? Because like I'm seeing these things from Kobe about like him like saying like, oh, he works hard, he's in the gym every day while you guys are partying. Like is there a story of Michael Jordan doing that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
It
feel
does,
you.
but I
you.
mean, we also grew up with Kobe, so like we were able to like experience firsthand in a way, not like obviously like live and stuff. But, like we saw a lot more of him. At least for me, I saw a lot more of him than Jordan. Like for example, my dad knows Jordan a lot more than he knows Kobe.
True.
You know what I mean?
So, but if he passes away, like if for your dad, like if Jordan passes away right
bro,
now,
my dad doesn't care.
is he gonna ball out? Or is he
Nah.
gonna like, oh shit?
Like I bawled my eyes out when Kobe passed away.
Yeah, because he embodied something.
Exactly, and like you looked up for like to him in a way.
Yeah.
Like you see like you were saying all the clips of like him working out, and like I remember when he like torn like his Achilles and like everything. So like you're like shit like that. Like he still got up and did everything he did. But like you said, there's nothing about Jordan except the Last Dance where he's dissing everyone.
That's what I mean. Like comparing
He's still the
yourself, like you have to. Like I feel like with that question in mind, like it like really raises like your awareness for like better character development. And then if you have better character development, I don't want to say it doesn't matter what you do in your life in terms of like accomplishments, but for sure like you'll feel leaving the earth more happier.
Agreed.
So that's how I answer that question.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, I mean, for those two people that you guys are mentioning, Jordan and Kobe, I mean, a lot of what people appreciate with Kobe wasn't just what he was on the court, who he was on the court, but who he was off the court too.
Yeah, as a person.
Right. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like Michael Jordan did so much on the court, right? But at the same time, I do agree with you. What else did he do off the court that was kind of, people would talk about at home aside from basketball? Right?
True.
Like people are talking about Kobe's work ethic, his Mamba mentality, right? And people apply that a lot into not even just basketball.
In life
right?
in general.
But don't get me wrong, like I know Jordan has all his businesses and all that stuff, and like he's like a billionaire and that kind of stuff. But aside from that, like what else did he have mentally and spiritually, like you said, to offer?
Yeah.
right? And that's the kind of legacy that I feel like stays around a lot longer, stays relevant a lot longer. Because, I mean, sports will always evolve. There's always going to be new athletes who will do better things and achieve physically better things. But it's your mind and your heart that kind of stays around for a lot longer. So,
Yeah. Kobe won an Oscar, so
Yeah. Jordan doesn't have that.
Kobe had
Facts.
looks.
Facts.
Yeah. With that, just to go back to that question for the last time for me, just like when you're proud, like I want to be an idol to somebody, like
Someone that
role
like,
model.
look up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just for like the superficially being like a great physical role model, but just like spiritually, like that's what I want to be.
I think I would be very proud once like I have kids.
Yes.
I think that would make me the proudest human being ever. Like
Yes.
of myself.
That's what I wanted to touch on next.
Because you have like the little person that looks up to you so much.
Yeah.
So you have to do better every
Yeah, that's
single
what
day.
I want too.
Exactly.
Right?
That's my goal in life.
I love kids. When I see them, like I always want to like be that big brother to them and be like, oh here comes like our JR, like who had JR, like or like Unk.
yeah.
Comes
Unk, yeah.
like that's
Imagine
why.
have like your little one.
Yeah,
Like every time you come home, like he's super excited, like you're walking through the door.
like you're
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah.
No,
That'd
honestly
be
though,
sick.
the way that I see that, because personally I feel like I'm gonna have kids fairly soon.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking a lot about fatherhood.
Really?
A lot more recently over the last few years. I mean, I want to have kids. I would love to have kids, right? No matter boy or girl.
Shit.
Oh.
Bloopers.
That's why we're called podcast poppies, because eventually we'll be poppies one day. So we're speaking to that part to the existence. It starts with Tristan.
But yeah, getting back to it. So. Hold on, let me mute you.
It starts with Tristan. Sorry.
I have no idea how to do this.
All right,
Videos
pause. All right, sick. All right, we're back. What was I saying?
Fatherhood.
Fatherhood.
They're gonna be a puppy.
And scene. So I've been thinking about fatherhood a lot recently. Solely on that question that you said, would I be proud if I were to die right now, would I be proud with the life I lived? Moving forward, I think my next goal, like I feel like me personally speaking, I think I have a decent career at the moment. I think I have a decent not a decent relationship.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm so sorry. I have a
Wow.
great relationship.
There you go.
Clip that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. So I think my next goal, my next milestone in life is fatherhood. Now, the way I kind of see fatherhood, or the way I feel like I'm starting to approach fatherhood, is you kind of have this whole new human being, which is essentially a blank slate.
Yep.
That you and your partner are responsible for raising, forming, and teaching, like everything about life, everything about the world.
That's crazy to think about.
Now, you have to think about 20 years down the line, who is this person that you kind of raised? You're not necessarily 100% solely responsible for them, because as they start to grow older, they start to explore life outside of family, outside of home. But again, when they come home, which is for majority of the day, and for at least like the first 20 years, 22 years of their life, you're responsible for helping them figure shit out.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like, I want to really, I guess with every parent, like you kind of want to avoid or teach them to avoid making the same mistakes you did. Right. And it's very vague. I know it's very cliche, but it starts to make a lot more sense the closer you get, the closer you start to realize you're getting to parenthood, to fatherhood. So.
Look at this guy, bro.
Yeah, growing up.
Real
Real
big
life
responsibility.
podcast poppy.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility, man.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm leaving my dreams for my kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna live
My
through
kid,
him.
we're moving to the U.S. He's playing high school, being #1 ranked.
I always said this: D1 or die.
Yep.
If you don't come home with a
Fuck
scholarship
D1,
from
fam.
University of North Carolina basketball team or Duke University, go home and take my last name off your name.
Fuck D1. We're going straight to the league. Straight to the league.
Straight to league.
You crazy?
Nah, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not, bro. I really want to live like my dreams. My dreams like through my
You're
kids.
serious?
I swear to God. Swear
This
to
guy's
God.
living vicariously through his kids, bro.
Obviously, like I'm not gonna force it, but
Yeah.
if I feel like my son specifically not like if my daughter wants to do it too, but like my son specifically, if I feel like he wants anything to do with basketball, I'm jumping right into it.
Yeah, sure,
of course.
Yeah,
We're waking up at
course.
5 a.m. to work out. He's 3 years old. I don't care if I'm.
Selfishly, I'll say this. For me, you know, I want my kids to be him, her. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think every parent should want that. They don't want to have a kid. They
Like
should not
average
have
kid.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to have an average. Like, I don't want to no diss nobody, but like you should want to have for your own life and your kid's life, like to make your child him or her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like for me, I'll put the effort in, but I don't want to. Like I seen like people like their lives. I read like Andre Agassi. Like I read his book about how his dad put him through 10,000 hours of work.
Okay,
like,
maybe not 10,000.
No, but like that's like you know the quote goes, or not the
10,000
quote,
hours.
Yeah.
10,000 hours to become a master or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what like some of these like kids have went through, like the early 80s or 90s kids went through, like to become successful. Like their parents did like when you say vicariously, like they vicariously like put their shit through like crazy stuff. I don't know if like I want success, but at the same time, like I also have morals, you know, like I don't want to
Project Mbappe.
Then it's gonna come out with your kid's gonna come out with a book later in their life, like, oh, my dad did this and stuff. He woke me up at 5 a.m.
Yo, they're gonna be successful to be doing this.
It's a. That's the thing though. Like I know you're messing with me, but like I want that too, right? Like I want success, but at the same time I want to do it in a healthy way, you know. But it's almost hard to not. It's almost hard to not do that in a healthy way because you have to be crazy to be good. Mm-hmm. There's no sane person ever.
You can never be satisfied.
Yeah. No, it's not just being satisfied, but like in terms of success, I've never seen a sane person become successful. True. Mm-hmm. Someone has to be. You have to be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, Kobe was 18, and he like worked his ass
some
off.
Crazy shit, bro. When he was 18, like saying that no one could ever guard him.
Yeah, yo, you have to be crazy. Yeah. Look at shout out Patrick Beverly. I hope one day I talk to him, bro. Like he's out here making comments. He said that he taught James Harden how to step back. Patrick Beverly told James, or apparently he went on saying that he told James Harden how to do the step back.
Props to him then.
No, that's what I mean though, right? And that's a role player, right?
Yeah.
And I know this. I'm not saying like Patrick Beverly or nobody, but like even role players have to be crazy enough
100%.
to make it to the NBA or any career, anything crazy career. You have to be crazy.
100%.
Like, someone wants to say they want to be a doctor, like.
Oh, they have to put hours into that, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy to say that you want to be a doctor, even though like it's a little bit less. It's more attainable than becoming an NBA player but when you look at it like, oh, it's 10 years of school. That's crazy work. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you still are low-key kind of crazy. Yeah. Because you put in 10 years of work.
Yeah, that's a long path, my guy.
Yeah, everything you have to be labeled crazy to do if you really want to do it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yo, I could see GR being that dad, waking his kid up at 5 a.m. 6 a.m. comes around, they're doing layup drills, smokes a left-hand layup at 3 years old. The fuck you doing? The fuck you doing?
Are you not crazy enough?
You don't want that, like, you don't want that. I don't know, man. You know what? Like, my dad.
He did deny it, though.
No, actually, no, I don't know. Well, for myself, I wanted that. I don't know, like, I'm torn, you know, like, because I feel like I'm going to be, like, the tough love dad.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and what my dad has taught me, I don't want to say what has he done to me in terms of teaching me, like, I want to do it in a modified way. Like, I want to show him what it means to be a man. And actually a question I want to ask later, like, I want to show him what it means to be like a man, but in a more safer way.
What's this question that you want to ask?
What is masculinity to y'all?
Oh, I wasn't ready for that one.
See,
I wasn't ready for that.
Right?
I think you start with that one.
Yeah, you can go ahead. You take the
From
lead.
my point of view, like how I was raised, and like how I was raised in like my village, because it takes a village to raise a child, right? That's the quote. Mm-hmm. Masculinity to me is just like it changed now, like later in my life, but early it was all about just like who's the strongest guy, who's like the most intimidating guy. That's what masculinity used to be, and like was like
the big guy.
Yeah, up to 5 years ago, right? But now it's low-key a little bit modified. Like, I still think like that. What is masculinity? Like, you still have to kind of be a little bit intimidating because that's how you are respected as a man, right? Like, but what is masculinity? In the long term, I feel like it's someone that's like on their purpose, that refuses to be disrespected.
Yep.
That is that cares about their people. That will do anything for their people, and
Like a protector.
yeah, and they're just their values, whatever they value, it's about that. Like, they have to be loyal, or I don't know if they have to be loyal. Yeah, they should be loyal. Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking of it like that. But loyalty should be important to them, for example. Loyalty, community, and like friendships should be important to them. And overall, just like what Drewski said, like stand on business. Like if someone disrespects you, like you can't not tolerate that. You have to stand on business and like defend yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I answered that question super properly, but that's what masculinity to me is like.
That's a sensitive topic now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a very sensitive
It
topic.
is sensitive because now they're trying to like, the way that I might say this might sound a little bit controversial, but like today's generation kind of wants to feminize masculine men or men in a way, which is not wrong. Like, like there should be some feelings for men. The men should be allowed to cry, or for example, in a safe space. They should be allowed to be emotional in a safe space. And, they should be allowed to voice their opinion, their emotions in a safe place. I always say safe place because
Yeah, for sure.
as a man, like if you are emotional and stuff, like you don't do that in front of everyone else. Like you do it in private spaces. That's when everyone.
Man doesn't have support.
Yeah.
Like the same way like a girl can go crying to their girls, a man can't do that. To
They
their
can't.
boys.
That's why I mean like safe space,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is like, it's a little hard because like, every day, like every time I come home from work I don't go immediately into my house. And I know a lot of men do this.
Sit in the car.
You sit in your car.
Yep.
I heard stories of people like crying in their car because they're going through like crazy stuff. That's not me personally, and I hope God forbid for myself. But like, I sit there and I ruminate, whatever the pronunciation is. I sit there and I just think, and it actually takes up to like 30 minutes. Then I go in my house.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had those ones.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like every time I come home, like I just feel like I need to like clear out my thoughts and then go home
Yeah.
because I don't want to quote unquote bring problems from outside into my household.
Fair.
And I know a lot of men do that because I read it. I read people's like things, or people tell me this. But like that's what masculinity is. Like
Yeah.
to be the man of the house, you have to be strong.
To not show emotions.
To not show emotions.
Not be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, stand on business. Be strong.
Mm-hmm.
And it obviously changed. Like the way people see like a man now is different than the way people used to see a man like 5-10 years ago.
Right.
Like for example, now you have men painting their nails. I have nothing against it,
Mm-hmm.
but like the old school people, they judge you hard.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
would put you down heavily for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you paint like 3 of your nails.
Yeah.
And it's not even like anything crazy. Like I have nothing against it,
Yeah.
but like that's how it changed. Imagine like 10 years ago you walk in your house with your nails painted. Dude, you're getting your ass
I couldn't even
whooped.
get my ears pierced.
I always wanted to, but I couldn't.
Mm.
So like it changed obviously. So like that's the way I see masculinity. Like you have to be a man. Like you have to stand on business. Don't be vulnerable. Don't show emotions. Make sure everyone knows that like you have your own power. Like you hold your own power.
Now, my question is: would you say that's kind of an old school way of approaching masculinity?
100%.
Yeah, because
100%.
I personally do think that is an old school way.
That's how we grew up.
I'm a
Yeah,
little bit torn
100%.
because I think you still need to bring some of these old principles into
Yeah,
men.
no,
No, I agree.
100%. I 100%
Because there's like a
agree.
lot of like I was
But
gonna
nowadays
add,
everything is so balanced though. Like you gotta find the perfect balance.
right.
Yeah.
Like I'm completely open with like crying. Like I have no issues with crying. Like if I feel like I'm gonna cry, I'll cry.
Right.
I've cried with Tristan after one of our games because I had so much bottled in. Like I don't have any issues with crying, but like a lot of people see crying as like a weakness. That doesn't
Yeah.
change who I am.
Yep.
Doesn't make me weaker.
Yeah,
It's just the way everyone feels stuff. I feel stuff.
that's true.
So
I don't know. Just for me, like I'm brought old school, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like there's some things from old school that needs to be brought in.
100%. 100%. I do agree. Like
But-
that definitely being headstrong,
yeah.
right? Being down to earth, are big principles of being masculine. I do agree that, well, sorry, not agree. I do think that masculinity these days, like you were saying, brings in a lot of femininity to it. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. I
True.
think, in my opinion, in terms of bringing in femininity, where it can actually benefit your masculinity, is things like opening up to your emotions, being open to crying, even if it's on your own.
Yeah, be
It doesn't
vulnerable.
matter. It doesn't matter if nobody sees you, but the fact that you, as a person, as an individual, as a man per se, are strong enough to accept those feelings and acknowledge them and let them out.
Yeah.
That's already a big step in itself, because now
Agreed.
if you're going super old school and saying, no, I don't cry, a man don't cry.
There's gonna be one
Right?
day you're gonna blow up.
Yeah, and now you just got this all built up like testosterone. You got all this built up emotions, and then now you're bringing toxic masculinity, and you're having outbursts and lashing out on people around you, and that at that point it's not even just masculinity. Now you're just toxic,
Yeah.
right? So that's just my 2 cents.
No, that's perfect. I like the way you guys put that down. That was I snapped my fingers to that one for sure.
That's a perfect description. Honestly, I'm very, like, I'm always gonna be in favor of being vulnerable, up to a certain extent, as long as you're able to express yourself clear enough, even if it's crying, like being vulnerable, whatever it can be. That doesn't make you less of a man.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, a man is where you are. If you're able to call yourself a man and go out and like feel yourself as a man, crying, painting your nails. A lot of people think that braids are like female
Feminine?
stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So like, imagine you can even get braids without people judging you.
Damn.
So like, as long as you feel good within yourself and you do the stuff that you want to do, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make you less of a man or more of a woman, whatever it is.
That's true. Okay, that's really deep.
That was a
I
good
really like
question.
that.
That was a good question.
But like, how do I ask this question? Like, some of these feminine things, these aspects, sometimes are a little bit double-edged sword, right? When it comes to like dating life, like men should cry, right? Take, for example, that part. But then some women, like when they get turned off when they see a man cry, right? It's like
Yeah.
a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
That's why it's a little bit hard. That's why I say this, like, I allow crying. Like I definitely want men to be emotional in a safe place. You have to emphasize in a safe place. I really don't think
you can't be crying in the club, fam.
you can't cry in front of I don't think. I don't know. You guys might take this differently. I don't think men should cry in front of women.
Oh, really?
Depends.
Yeah.
I'll go 50-50 on that. It depends on the situation.
Well, let me explain that.
If it's a situation where it's emotional for both of you guys, then it's kind of hard to hold like the crying. But if you're just crying because you're feeling bad about your day, then like you said, go to a safe place.
Yeah.
Like gather your emotions, gather your thoughts, and then you be around that female.
Okay, see, that's what I'd like that answer.
Because like I think we all experience like the burnout of like the day-to-day basis, work, family, stress, bills, everything. And like you said, it builds up. Obviously, don't go to like your partner or like a friend or even your mom. Don't go bawl your eyes out saying that you're stressed. Take your time, gather your thoughts. That's why a lot of people stay in the cars. Let it out over there. That's your safe place. Once you gather your stuff together, go out and do your stuff. Because that way you're gonna have a clear mind to deal with everything else.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. It's definitely there's got to be a balance,
100%.
right? Because I mean, me personally, I do show that that level of vulnerability with Maddie, right? I've cried in front of her, but again, it's not because I had a bad day or anything. Like I'm not gonna. I mean, no diss to anybody that does that. Me personally, I'm not gonna go home crying about a stressful day at work, right? Because my big thing is drawing the line between my stressors and home.
Yeah, the moment you step in, that's where everything stay out.
Exactly. Like I don't necessarily keep everything. Like I share my thoughts and my feelings with my partner, but yeah, like if it's a super emotional discussion or super emotional argument or whatever it is that we're having, and I feel in the moment that it's appropriate to cry, I'm not gonna stop myself. You know, there's times where I guess we've gotten into such a big disagreement, or I felt like I genuinely, no matter how hard I've tried, not been heard, where I just come to a point of frustration and it just kind of comes out, right? But at the same time, that for me, in that sense, it was an appropriate setting, right? It wasn't like a light discussion where it's just like, oh, I had a bad day, here's a tear, you know what I mean? Like, no, there was a lot of passion going into it. So there was passion. It was passion driven tears and crying.
And most of the time, like, it's hard to like hold back, especially like in moments like you said, like disagreements, arguments, or whatever it can be. Like, it's hard to hold in. So you just gotta let it out. It's a lot healthier to just let it out than to hold in.
Okay, definitely. You definitely should choose who you should cry around. I think that's number
100%. Don't go cry around a girl you just met.
Yeah.
Don't go cry around people that you're not close with.
For sure. I mean, that's the thing though. A lot of men do that, right?
Yeah.
And that's like,
that's where you gotta find the balance.
Yeah.
I never forget. I went to the gym one time. I was boxing, bro. I'm like boxing. So this guy I saw at the gym too. I mean, there's a boxing bag in this weightlifting gym. So I saw this guy lifting weights. And then, like, you know, I already met him before. I already see him a lot. So I give him, like, the usual, hey, what's up? But then he took that, hey, what's up, into a 4 or 5 hour conversation.
Oh, shit.
Because he broke up with his girl. He had a breakup.
Yeah, that's different.
Like, you got to find a safe place, man, before people start seeing you, like, quote-unquote feminine.
Or weak.
Yeah.
Or weak.
Yeah.
That's true.
Find a close friend. If not, go to the therapist.
But that's the sad thing, too, because for that gentleman...
I have a question.
For that,
I have a good question.
Yeah. For that gentleman, for example, he spoke to me because he didn't find a friend that he could do
and he
that
felt
to,
comfortable
right?
with you.
Yeah, and he felt comfortable, which that's why I let him do that, because it sucks that he doesn't have a friend that can do that with. But at the same time, like, damn, man, like,
you're just a stranger.
Yeah, I'm just a stranger.
But sometimes though, if you're venting to a stranger, if you're letting out to a stranger, it helps you more than talking to a friend.
How
Which
so?
is true.
How so? I want to know why.
Because sometimes you don't need advice. You just want to let out.
Oh, okay, you're perfect.
You just want to vent.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. You just need somebody to listen.
That's
Exactly.
true.
Right?
That is true.
If you're going to people that you know who know you,
They're gonna give you
there's
advice.
so much opinion, there's so much bias, there's so much background where it's like sometimes you just need a fresh set of ears.
That's why a lot of people go to therapy.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my question. What's your take in therapy?
Therapy?
How do you see
Yes.
All right. Because I'm a little bit old school, I actually have no issues about therapy.
Have you done therapy?
Have I done therapy?
Wait,
No.
I feel like that's the opposite of old school.
Yeah.
I know, right? That's what I'm
Old
trying to
school
say.
be against it.
I'm trying to say, like, I was grown old school, right? But then, like, I actually have no issues about therapy.
Oh, I see.
Like, because I've been kind of modernized and I see what the importance of therapy is like. With therapy, though, I do feel like it's getting saturated because everyone's trying to use the excuse of therapy, like, oh, you should go see therapy. You should go see therapy. Some people just need to touch grass.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Oh, yeah, I'm having such a crappy life. Okay, ever try? Oh, crap. Sorry, y'all. Earlier in this episode, I said travel. Y'all need to go touch grass.
Yeah,
like, go out.
Go out of your comfort
Like,
zone.
you complaining about your life, but you never left your house.
I completely agree with that.
So that part gets saturated. Like, where, like, your smallest inconvenience, someone will tell you, "Oh, to go to therapy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that part.
That sucks.
Yeah, that part. I'm a little bit like,
Would you do therapy if you ever needed one?
No.
You would never do it?
I mean, I'm a little bit, what do you call this? I don't know what the word I'm trying to use right now, but I don't have that much issues in my life where I can say that I need therapy. So that's why I'm saying my answer.
Right.
But if I ever needed therapy, it depends. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that part.
Yeah.
What's your view on it?
Honestly, I'm very supportive of therapy.
Yeah.
On the same kind of path that you're on, I do agree. In the way that I see touch grass, quote unquote, I feel like before you consider therapy or before you start to make moves towards therapy, you need to try to figure it out on your own first.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like you need to put in the effort, put in the energy. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people have their struggles and why they can't do things on their own, but try. You know what I mean? Try. Like, you need to put in the effort to figure out what's wrong with the way you think or the way that you're thinking. Try to understand a different perspective than the one that you are currently sulking in. And if you can't do that on your own, go to the people around you, the ones who know you.
Yep.
Right? As long as they're open to hearing you out, don't get me wrong, but if they're open to it, talk to them. Don't be afraid to talk to them. And that's what I personally would advise before going to therapy. And if all else fails, if like you've kind of exhausted all your options, exhausted everyone's opinions, go to therapy.
Yeah.
right? That's where your fresh years come in. That's where I hear people who've gone to therapy, they give actually like when I hear professional advice, it's kind of like it's a textbook kind of term, right? But when people tell me who've gone to therapy, what their therapist has told them, I'm like, oh shit, that's actually a good way to think about it. It's actually like a position or perspective I haven't thought about before.
Yeah.
Right. So definitely, I would say climb up the ladder first before don't just jump. Don't just jump up the ladder.
Because some people just have regular stress, but they go to a therapist. Like
Yeah.
I feel like with therapy, you should see a therapist when you went through something traumatic. That's my opinion. Like you should do that when you go through something traumatic, because that's something you can't speak about. You can't tell your friends that, oh, I got SA'd. You know, you gotta talk to a therapy about
I
that.
agree and I disagree at the same time.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And
I mean, I still go to therapy today, but like the first time I ever went was because I was dealing with hard depression and hard anxiety.
yeah,
And there's only so much that the people around you can do. Like, I don't want to go to my parents and be like, oh, I'm depressed, because obviously as a parent they're gonna be like, what do you mean? Like, do you want to go to the hospital? Like, their first thought is like, don't kill yourself. Like, don't kill yourself.
Protection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, you want to go to your friends, but like topics like that are so sensitive, and like obviously your friends are going to try and help you in any possible way, but they can't really do anything because it's mostly a problem within yourself. I don't know if that makes sense. And like, so the first time I went, I only did 3 sessions, and trust me, bro, it changed my life. Like it helped me like see everything in such a different perspective. And like now I still go to therapy, but like just like challenge my thoughts in a way, like, because my therapist, she's pretty good, and so like she gives me different perspectives. She challenges the way I think, the way I see stuff, and that goes from like friendship, day-to-day problems, family problems, everything. So like the same way I was asking, like, would you be proud of the way you lived your life? She asked me the same thing at some point.
Oh wow.
So like it gives you like those different views, and in a way, like I was a big fan of journaling. I used to journal a lot, and like that was not really healthy for me, because when you look back now, you're like, damn, like I actually went through all this stuff. So like therapy really helped me, that's for sure. Like I would not change anything. I would not, and it's expensive, but like I would not be like sad with the money I spent on it, because it is really helpful.
It's an investment in yourself.
100%.
Yeah,
for sure.
And
No, I support that.
Mental health, bro. I've went through a lot of down moments. That shit is important.
No, I agree with that.
Like, it's gonna be deep now. When I first moved here and everything, like I didn't have any friends. This was before I met you guys. I was going to high school and I hated my high school. No diss to whoever went to that high school. I'm not gonna name it. So I started skipping classes because I was over 18, so no one was contacting my parents. They would contact me. So I was just not answering. So I started feeling so low, like so alone and everything. I started having like those suicidal thoughts. And like I would wait my parents to leave the house so I could go back home and just stay home by myself for the entire day until they come back. I didn't have anyone to talk to. My parents weren't home. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anything to do. So like your mind started going crazy. So like a year after that, or a couple years after, I started going to therapy. That's when I did my first 3 sessions, and boom, like it changed everything. Because you have someone to specialize in that specific area that can help you like understand deeper. Why were you thinking that way? What made you get to that point? What caused you to feel the way you were feeling? So you start digging deep and deep and deep until you find the root of it. So it's good though, trust me. One day maybe if you want to try.
I'd like to go just to see what the vibe is like.
Just going for the vibes.
Yeah, going for the vibe. I'm here for the vibes, Mr. Therapist or Miss Therapist. No, therapy is really important.
It is.
And if you really are going through like a hard time, I should change my answer before you answered. Actually, it's not just traumatic. I think it's anytime you have a real serious like thing going on in your life. It doesn't have to be traumatic where like you got were S8 or something, like a death in the family, like you weren't involved in a catastrophic event. Yeah, it involves anything that's very very triggering to you. And
I would say go to therapy if there's something that you cannot deal with within yourself and you cannot involve other people.
There you go.
Yes.
I think that's exactly what I would like to say.
Then definitely go look for professional help, because it's going to change your life, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
From experience.
You know, a lot of people do preventative therapy too, right? A lot of people don't get me wrong, I don't know the number, so I don't know if it's a lot of people.
A good amount of people.
A good amount of people do preventative therapy, in the sense that they're going to therapy to kind of prevent themselves from getting any worse, or to kind of,
getting to a bad point.
No, yeah, but where I'm trying to go is kind of they're trying to get opinions and better techniques and better pathways to deal with things before it gets worse. They kind of recognize their weakness before it's at its worst. Right? So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I personally, I don't think I'm at a point where I need therapy because I feel stable. I feel good. I feel like I'm in a good place. But again, I do support it.
I support it for sure. I don't know. There's just some scenarios where, because I see these things, I see videos, I see people talking about like mental health and therapy and all that, and some people just need like an older head, and I think that, and then some people just forget that. Yeah, some people just forget that, and they say, "Oh, go to therapy." It's like a basic thing to say, right?
Well, it's not even an older head. Like, for example, if you went through something that I'm going through, you're already someone I can talk to. Like, as long as you know someone that went through something similar you went through, and you're able to speak with them, go talk to them. If it is a friend of a friend, a family member, as long as that person knows how you feel in a way, then try that before you try therapy.
Yeah, I think everyone needs. I think this is one thing I will say too. I think everyone needs an older head friend. Yeah, like a responsible one. I don't want to say like an older head that there's a stupid guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But everyone needs like an older head that you can look up to and like you can quote unquote idolize. Like you should look up to somebody, not your family member, not your parents. Sorry.
Yeah. Like a role model.
Yeah, like a role model. You should have one. Like a realistic one, someone you can actually talk to, not like, oh, I idolize
like
Michael
a famous
Jordan.
person, yeah.
Because you will never talk to Michael Jordan. Let's be honest.
Yeah, true.
But you can talk to your.
Never know if a
podcast
pop is.
You never know. I actually have you
Mr. Jordan.
Podcast, no, but back to the topic. Like, I feel like you should have that. You should have the older head, and it's a little bit different for women because I don't know if women have auntie on their side because men have it every day. There's always an older head. If you go to the gym, bro, there's a bare older heads.
All the time.
Playing basketball, doing
all
this
the
and
time.
That. It's hard. So I guess it's harder for women, which is why women go to therapy are more inclined to go to therapy than like talking to an older head, quote unquote. But yeah, like how I was raised and stuff. I don't think I ever actually had an older head, but like me being older now, like I want to be the unk, before they go to therapy.
Going back to that. Any ladies that are watching, let us know. Do you guys have a role model or an uncle or an older head like that? An auntie? Let us know.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure.
I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, because with that being said, like, that's why women go to therapy. Because there's no...
someone that they look up to.
Yeah.
There's no one there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying this as a man because I don't know as a woman. So I'm being very, like... not educated on that part, but just based on like what I see from the outside, I don't see like when women go through these things, they go by themselves, which is crazy. Shout out to the women, like they go through so much things by themselves. They learn how to do makeup by themselves. They watch another woman online by themselves. Like they go to school by themselves. They have to learn how to like.
Yo, shout out to women. Today's International Women's
Day. Oh yeah, shout out to you
guys.
International Women's Day.
International Women's Day.
Shout out to all women, bro.
Shout out to all the women.
We would not be here without you guys. That's for sure.
Shout out Beyonce. Shout out Beyonce because she said that one song, "Who Run the World, Girls." And shout out to James Brown. It's a man's world. But you guys let me finish. It's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a girl.
Bars.
No, but I would for sure eventually we would love to have women on our podcast and we can talk to them about women perspective. But man, they went through things by themselves.
They still go.
Yo, as a man, like as a male, like you guys had people older than you or like the same age as you, and they would tell you like, like advice and stuff. Like like we're locker room talk, right? They talk about like women.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they'd be like telling you, oh yeah, I did this, bro. I did that, bro. Oh, yo, I did that. And then you have that in your head, like, oh, I do that. But because, like, for example, sex is taboo for women, they don't talk about, like, sex, like, just straight up forward. Women? For the most part, yeah. When they're young. They don't say how to please a man, this, that. Like men will give you advice, bro. They will tell you like, oh yeah, you
That's
know,
true.
go put him in this position. It's over. Like this is
Put
how
your
you-
leg up that way.
Yeah, this is how you keep a girl. But the girls don't tell you that.
Yeah.
But there's also a competitive thing going on. I understand because they want to keep a man. But for men, it's more about like conquering more women, the number instead of quality.
When you're younger, at least.
Yes.
At least.
So, like, that's why they see a therapist because they go through things by themselves, independent.
True.
So, big shout out. But at the same time, like, I understand why now. I'm starting to understand why, like, women I understand why that they go to therapy, and then I emphasize that hopefully someone can be an auntie to, like, someone in their circles, you know, because they don't have many aunties, bro. It's just a bunch of girls individually, but in a group. So it's hard.
Yeah, shout out to everyone that's going through stuff by themselves.
True.
Stay
Facts.
strong.
Reach out to us. We're open.
Yep,
Yeah.
you guys are strong, bro.
For sure. And there's always helplines, and there's always like, man, like even 5 years ago. I mean, maybe 5 years ago we talked about it more often, but 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, this is not a topic at all.
Yeah, we never had a topic. No. We never had commercials about mental health. I don't remember seeing one.
Nope.
That's true.
Right? So with that being said though, like mental health, because it's like so broadcasted, it's also just being saturated too, right?
In a way,
like,
yeah.
Everyone just talks about mental health. They want to blame everything on their mental health.
Everything's mental
Yeah.
health fault.
Yeah.
That's
I do
true.
agree.
So, yeah.
Okay, I have a question. So speaking on continuing on the topic of women and like femininity, masculinity, what are some kind of things that like that you grew up what are some things growing up in terms of femininity do you apply in your everyday life now? So for example, for me, obviously what I learned femininity through was from my mom, which I feel like a lot of people usually do growing up if you had a mom present. Definitely being in touch with my emotions, because definitely the way that I grew up, I feel like all the emotions that I've learned was mainly through my mom's side, or my mom, I mean. And if there wasn't her if she wasn't there in the picture growing up, like I definitely wouldn't be able to get in touch with my feelings and understand my emotions as well as I do now. I feel like I'd be a lot more temperamental than I already was actually growing up, right? So yeah, what are some kind of things for you guys in terms of femininity that you apply every day?
First woman, and obviously growing up with this older sister actually changed a lot. Or women in general, growing up with the women changes a lot.
Yeah.
What do I apply is just like, you know, kindness and like being a sweetheart, being like someone approachable.
Yeah.
I think that's what my mom and my sister did for me.
Yeah.
And then growing up and talking to women, like you don't really put an emphasis on being good grooming until you meet like women.
Yes.
True.
When I was young, like I saw an interview about A$AP Rocky. He said, I do my nails and something else that he does, not for myself, it's for the woman.
Yeah, yo, that's crazy that you say that. You know what? Sorry to cut you off.
No.
In grade 8, so I used to, up until grade 8, I used to bite my nails a lot. It was a habit of mine, right? Like going to town all the fucking time. And then it wasn't until I started to gain interest in girls at that age, where they were like, ew, why are your nails like that? And then the first and only time I ever got that comment, I stopped cold turkey. I stopped biting my nails. I started to clip them. My parents were like, oh, you stopped biting your nails? What's wrong with you? And I'm like, nothing. And then all of a sudden they figured it out. They were like, you're starting to get interested in girls, aren't you? And I'm like, anyways, yeah, sorry to cut you off.
No, don't ever say sorry, man. No, it's just like grooming and taking care of yourself, like that from a woman. Like you have to be approachable and you have to be dateable for a woman to approach you, and that's what I'll say about women. Like the women that like I've come across, like all they did was just emphasize like how clean you should be and how presentable you should be. Like, yeah, sometimes on movies they show like a big masculine jock, but like usually this jock is like dirty as hell.
Yeah.
But then
the hairy guy.
Yeah. But then the real sweetheart of the movie is that nice pretty boy who's good looking and like takes care of himself. That's the guy that actually wins the girl. Yeah. So, you know, that part I would say grooming is because of women. If men didn't have to groom themselves, then I forgot how to say this properly, but I remember reading this before. But if women told men you don't have to groom yourself, men wouldn't have to groom themselves.
True.
So shout out women, bro. Like, because we wouldn't know these skincare products like CeraVe and all that.
Facts.
That's
If
true.
it wasn't for
Big
women
facts.
stuff, you know. And I'd have like these long ass nails like Edward Scissors hands if it wasn't for y'all, you know?
That's dirty.
Yeah, bro, it's for real though.
Yeah, no, that's
it's
true.
The
Yeah, you think
women.
of yourself because you want
Yeah.
to look good for them.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, like, it's the same thing for me. Like, I got a lot of my stuff from my mom because we're very close. I think with being sensitive, like, with everything, and also being open with everything. Like, my mom, she's open to talk about whatever, bro. Like, there's no bad topic with her. And I'm the same way. Like, if I meet a stranger and that person, regardless of being a guy or girl, whatever it is, they want to talk about whatever topic it is, I'll sit down and talk to them. It can be sexual, it can be emotional, spiritual, whatever it is. So, like, as a guy, like, you learn to not talk about your emotions or sexual stuff as long as, like, you're not going to do anything. Like, you're, at least the way I was raised, like, you learn to talk about sports, talk about politics or what happened in the world, like, stuff like that. Like, you don't talk about your emotions. So, like, I think that's what I got from my mom, like, just to be in touch with the way I feel and, like, to don't hold back whatever I want to talk. If the person I'm talking to doesn't want to feel comfortable, then that's on them.
Shout out to all our moms, bro.
Yeah,
Because
bro.
the number one thing that all of us are saying right now is just like talking about emotions and being open to speak. Yeah.
Dude, I have no bad topic. You can talk to me about whatever. I'm open.
Because of your mom.
Yeah, like, dude,
Shout out your
yo,
mom.
my mom has no filter, fam.
Yeah.
She'll cuss you out.
Shout out, mama.
She'll cuss you out.
Mama.
If she doesn't know you, she'll still cuss you out. I swear to God, you can walk in my place right now and tell her that you have problems. She'll sit down and talk to you.
Oh, wow.
It does not matter
That's
what the
beautiful.
problem is. And, like, my place was always filled with people in Brazil. Like, my friends was always over. She used to talk to them about anything, fam.
Wow.
Sex, like,
Oh.
family, anything. Like, she doesn't have a bad
Damn.
dude, like,
How old was y'all?
oh, we were young, fam. But, like, you know, like, when you get into that point where you're curious,
Mm.
so you start asking, like, random questions.
Oh,
like,
I
what
see.
is that? And she's like, and she explained. Because, like, my friends are very open. So, like, they don't care. They don't see anything in a bad light. I'm the same way, bro. I'll talk to you about whatever. Even if I'm not close to you, you come to me with questions and I know the answers, I'll answer them. So I think that's something I got from my mom, which is, in a way, it's not fully feminine, but it comes from their feminine side to be open to talk about anything, and especially when it comes to your emotions. So I think that's something I got from them.
Shout out women. Shout out your
Yeah.
mom. Shout out our moms. Shout out your
The
mom.
goats.
Yeah, they're the goats, bro. They allow you to speak. They allow you
100%.
to be, you know,
Yourself.
yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like I got best of both worlds in terms of both sides of masculinity and femininity. Like, my dad's the strong guy.
Yeah.
My mom is she's such a sweetheart. If you ever met my mom and stuff, she's like, oh my God, hello.
Yeah.
Like, you know, stuff like that. I got best of both worlds. So I get to see masculine. I get to see femininity.
Yeah.
Also, my sister, I want to shout out her too. Like, she taught me so much. Like, you know, it's crazy when I, speaking to women I was like talking to before, like, they say like, oh man, you don't see me going through my period as such a bad thing. I'm out here like, what do you mean? That's a normal thing for y'all, right?
Yeah.
But then she's just like, no, men in my past have never, like, they always kind of shame me. Oh, ew, like, that's nasty. Oh, ew.
Yep.
You know, like, it's so important to have women in your life.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
I
like,
think that's the
100%.
basis of what I'm
open
trying
to
to
it.
say. Yeah.
You become open
100%.
to, like, for example, topics like period.
Yeah.
Like pregnancy, like, you become open to talk about because of women, the way you're raised. There's a lot of people I met, like, they're not close to their moms. As soon as a girl talks about periods, getting their nails done, they're like, ew, like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Get away
Yeah.
from me.
Yeah.
And they're
Cooties.
20 something.
Yeah, bro, that's weird. I
Exactly.
mean, to me now it's weird because, like,
It
I'm
is
used
weird.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, someone like that they don't think that's weird because all they've been in their life, they never
Exactly.
had a real interaction with
They're
women.
not used to that.
Yeah.
They never touched quote unquote grass.
Even
you know?
if,
like,
even when they're in a relationship, the girl's like, oh, like, I want to get my hair done. Like, why? Like, it looks the same. Like, if you say that to a girl, like, they're knocking you out.
They're swinging fast.
Exactly. So,
oh yeah, for sure. If you tell them that.
so, like, they don't know that because they didn't have that, like, female figure growing
Right.
up.
Yeah.
Like, they're not open to talk about stuff like that. For them, like, period is, like, disgusting.
Yeah.
So, like, anything that's related to that, like, oh, like, I'm pregnant. Oh, like, I want to take, like, a pregnancy test. Oh, I have to get my nails done. I'm bloated. Bro, tell a guy that doesn't have, like, a female in their life that a girl's bloated, they're going to think that she's fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, that's, like, the perspective of, like, a female brings into your life when you're growing up.
Right.
And if you have the right one, you're going to be perfect for the rest of your
Right.
life.
Yeah, it teaches you a lot to be sensitive too, right? In your speech.
That's the perfect word, sensitive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because if you lack sensitivity, not even just with females, even just with other males, or they, them, he she they, anyone you're talking to, if you lack sensitivity, like you're closing off a lot of future topics with them, right? Because they're gonna be
100%.
like, oh, you're so judgmental, oh, like you're not open to listening to what I have
You
to
don't
say,
care.
right? And then a lot of that, again, like you were saying, comes from your upbringing with your feminine figures in your life. A lot of, I feel like, what comes with that sensitivity is also humility, right? Because the more you become sensitive to these things, the more you kind of open your mind up to these things, the more you kind of say, oh, okay, let me take a step back, because there's so much more you need to learn, right? You gain that level of humility, you become humble. I mean, within reason.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
Shout out to him, bro. We need women. It's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a girl.
There you go.
it's true.
Might be the title of this.
There you go.
It might be the
Yeah.
title.
That's a good title.
Nah, we need women, bro. We need women around
Yeah.
us. Like,
That's for sure.
yo, you see it, man. If you ever met a guy that's never talked to him before, you see, like, look how down bad they are.
Yeah,
bro.
you can
Such an
tell.
awkward
Yeah, you
person,
could
bro.
tell, bro. Man.
You can tell. They move all awkward.
Yeah,
Super
they
awkward.
walk
They're
awkward.
tripping over. Yeah, they're tripping over their words.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Shout out to people who haven't gotten that level of comfortability. I'm rooting for you, but
Yeah,
there's a lot more to the world you got to discover.
For sure. And any viewers out there, bro, ask us, how do you talk to women? Because eventually we'll have women on the show too, and we're gonna ask them,
Leave your
how do you talk to
questions.
men? Like,
Yeah. Q&A opens now. Q&A opens
for
now.
sure. Episodes up.
Let us
man.
know.
We'll put Q&A on an episode.
For
Yeah.
sure, man. But
Yeah.
to reiterate, happy Happy International Women's Day.
There you go.
Big shout out to all the women out there. We wouldn't be nothing without a girl.
Facts.
Femininity.
I like that. Happy National International. There you go.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, y'all the goat, bro. We
Yeah,
love y'all.
you guys are goated. I wish there's more things I could come up with the top of my head to talk about more about celebrating women. But
Oh, bro, my opinion, we should celebrate women every day.
we should, of course,
We would literally be nothing without them.
for sure.
Dude, I gave my mom flowers today. I thought she was gonna cry,
Oh wow.
cause like it's so out of like the ordinary for them.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I think girls should get flowers every day.
Yeah, but then it'll be too saturated though.
Ooh, I think
like,
that's a
not
hot
every
take.
day, but like more often than normal.
What's normal?
I think it depends on who you talk to. Now, for example, for me, Maddie says she actually doesn't like receiving flowers for no reason.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow,
So
that's
she
a
likes
first.
it on a special day.
on a special occasion.
Okay.
Yeah,
So if you came home with flowers on a random day, you don't think she would appreciate it?
no.
Try it. One
Really?
day, at least try it one day.
Yo, record that. We're putting it in the podcast.
I bet.
Actually, no, we're spoiling it. So we'll
Yeah,
delete
that's
this
not gonna
part.
happen.
Yeah, it's not happening.
But yeah, no, I mean, some people or some women actually don't appreciate getting it just for no reason. You know,
Did she say why?
no, I don't think so. No, not that I can remember. At least, just said no. I just don't like getting it for no reason. Right? If there's no
Oh.
reason behind it, why am I getting it?
She
Right?
deserves
Because
it.
at the same time, it's kind of like there's a special meaning. There's a special association that you have or that they have with receiving flowers
Yeah.
or just gifts in general. Mine would be flowers because people like getting gifts for no reason too, right? But I guess for some people, if they get flowers for no reason, for no occasion, it just kind of ruins the idea behind it of receiving flowers,
Okay.
right? I mean, I totally get it. You know, if somebody were to get flowers every day or like every other day or whatever, just kind of like a nice gesture. But it's kind of like saying, I love you to somebody new every single day.
Okay.
You lose the meaning behind it,
Yeah.
right? So
That's why I say like I wouldn't do it every time, like or every day. That's what I mean. Like, what is normal to you? What is normally giving flowers?
I can speak from experience. I used to give flowers every month on a certain day. Like there was one specific day I always got this person flowers.
right.
And like obviously like on more important dates, the flowers were like they'll be bigger, like with a bigger meaning behind it. But like on the monthly basis, like I was always getting this person flowers.
I think getting flowers it depends on the woman, because she
Yeah.
says only special days. Your previous time was she might have told you to do it every month, or you
No,
did it on
no
your
one
own.
told me, like, no one told me to do any.
Did she appreciate it every month?
She appreciated it.
Okay, interesting. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, there's two sides of the story.
Yeah.
Me, I'm out here like, yo, you gotta make it. You gotta. I'm trying to do it.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Wait, hold on. Just to preface,
You better earn these flowers.
Wait, hold on. Before I look like a douchebag, bro. I do give out flowers, but I just want to make sure that it's special. Kind of like a modified version of what Maddie said. Okay?
You gonna earn these flowers, man.
That's all I gotta say. It's not like I don't give flowers, but I want to make sure that it's special and like it's not too saturated. You know? Because I understand your point, and I also understand your point. My point is, man, like, just gotta do it when like so they appreciate you more. You gotta like kind of like tease them. That's my point. I was gonna become a scumbag, bro. We got two gentlemen on the podcast.
This guy's gonna get canceled on the second episode, bro.
No, I'm not canceled. They're gonna think like I'm a playboy, bro. I'm not a playboy.
He's a gentleman. Trust me, he's a gentleman.
All I gotta say, you know, I'm cool, but I'm taken. That's what I gotta say.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was good.
No, I did it because like I always like giving girls flowers. Like that's something I think girls deserve. Because flowers is the minimum guy can do. That's the bare minimum guy can do. Especially when you're getting to know someone, and like they're telling you like, oh, like I've never got flowers before. The first thing you want to do, like, okay, let me show her like she deserves flowers. So you go out of your way, just making sure like this person knows that like they're appreciated.
I like that.
I think the way I saw it was like, I'm gonna show this person like on this specific date, she's completely on my mind like all the time. Obviously, like
This is the day you associate.
exactly. There was a meaning behind the day and everything. So like, it wasn't like a random day, like a random Tuesday. Like, there you go. Like it had meaning.
I might get inspired by you, bro.
This guy's gonna start making a girl work for him.
I never did. I just want to preface that, bro. I never did. There's always special days.
Give me 10 laughs. I'll give you one flower for each.
Hey, babe.
We're gonna send Shirley some flowers. So.
Babe, you didn't have sex with me last time. So, you don't give me flowers. You're not gonna get flowers.
You don't get it this month.
You don't get it. You don't get this month. You know, and I don't like this month anyways. But yeah, I don't know. Flowers is for sure. Yo, you just really have to find the right woman that really likes what you give, what you can give. And don't overdo it.
100%. Don't.
There's some people that give flowers on the first date, which is some people might like it, some people not might like it.
That's a harsh topic.
Ooh, first date. I don't know about first date. To be
Yeah,
honest
first
with you.
date is a bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're meeting. I mean,
When can you give flowers? That's a real one.
Oh,
When you're trying to swear up on a thing, when can you give flowers?
Okay, my approach back in my day.
Yes, sir.
Back in my day, flowers would be given the moment I asked you to be my girlfriend.
Dang.
Anything before that, nah.
That's what I mean. Like, you should tease it.
Yeah, because it's just like before I ask you to be my girlfriend or my partner, you're only getting a teaser. You're only getting the trial version.
Okay.
Trial version of me.
You're getting a lily.
You know what I mean?
You're getting the
one rose.
yeah. You're getting one.
Not
rose.
even. No, you don't even deserve. You get a tulip.
Yeah. Is that the thing that's on the ground, right? What's the thing that's like never mind.
Like in the spring.
Yeah.
A dandelion.
You got a dandelion, bro. This is pretty. When you blow on it, everything flies.
Tulip, bro.
Yeah, bro. I think you should do that.
Yeah.
What should
I
I
already
say?
messed up on your point then.
What?
I gave flowers before I asked.
Yeah.
Like how soon?
And what's the occasion?
It was a random day.
Random day?
Yeah,
Damn.
random day.
Well, then that means that person liked flowers.
Yeah.
Yo, face the camera.
Face the camera. That means
This
that
guy's
person.
backwards. Oh yeah, what are you saying?
Sorry, I'm getting used to this. Bro. I'm shy. Camera shy. I'm shy.
I think, like, how soon after I met that person, I gave them flowers.
I guess.
Was that your question?
What was my question? You said you gave flowers before you asked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
And
how
he
like
says a random day.
yeah. From the moment you started talking, how soon did you give this person flowers?
I'll say within a month.
And then how long after that did you ask?
A month after.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's subjective.
What
It
about
is.
you?
It is 100%
Wow,
subjective.
when did I give flowers, bro?
She's still waiting for it.
Still got 10 more laps to go.
I think it's growing in the grass right now.
And she's the one that planted it, bro.
I don't remember. I gotta ask her if I gave her
It's
flowers.
okay. She got a trip, right? She went to Dominican.
Yeah, she got
There
a
you
trip,
go.
bro. I got her flowers there. I didn't really. I don't know. Yeah.
Should we call her and ask her?
Screw that. I'm not trying to get exposed on TV. No, I get flowers. I just don't remember when. I know it's special days. Like,
How soon did you give your first one? Are you still going to give your first one?
I gave her flowers already before, but I just don't remember the occasion the first time I gave it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there like a specific day behind it, or you just wanted to give them flowers?
There's been times where I gave her to a random. Yeah.
I think honestly, in my opinion, I think girls appreciate flowers. Obviously, you shouldn't overdo
for
it,
Sure.
but any girl would appreciate flowers.
I'm-
That's why I think Maddie might be playing you.
I don't know. I feel like on top of flowers, I do a lot.
That's true.
I do a lot more other than just give flowers and gifts. I mean, don't get me wrong. Oh, this is a great question. I think it depends a lot on the person's love language.
Yes, yo, you gotta learn your
Yes.
love language, bro.
Do you guys know your love languages?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't talk to the top of my head though.
So
You're gonna Google?
you might have to. Yeah,
I was
pull
going
up. So somebody pull up the 5. I think there was 5 of them.
Yeah.
There's 5.
Yeah, 5, right?
I know the 5. The receiving gifts.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Uh,
Access service.
acts
Yeah.
of service.
Yeah.
That's
Physical
3, right?
touch.
That's
Physical
3.
touch
Yeah, and quality time.
and
Yeah.
quality time. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. So yeah, again, definitely for somebody that's receiving gifts,
Okay, yeah, there you go.
right?
Active service, quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, and receiving gifts.
Yeah.
Keep that link open. I'm not.
And
Yeah,
also gift giving. That kind of matches up with receiving gifts.
Yeah. Same thing.
Isn't that the same thing? Gift.
No, I don't know. Yeah.
Same thing.
Same
Okay,
thing.
what about gift giving?
Potato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomato,
No. So
tomato.
yeah, again, back to my point. It's definitely depends on the person's love language, right? If somebody's love language isn't giving gifts, to what extent or to what significance is giving them flowers gonna make? You know what I mean? Like for me, my
that
love
makes
languages.
sense.
My love languages is quality time, physical touch, and what was the other one?
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
That's
Yeah.
my Leo. That's my Leo.
These fucking
Yeah.
guys.
No, definitely, because I even as like growing up, receiving gifts as a kid, like yes, you get excited about it, but I got tired of receiving gifts really quick, really early, right? I wanted to spend more time with people, right? And I think the reason why my personal love language is, or my top one is quality time and physical touch, is because like I moved countries really young, right? So a lot of what I was looking for when I moved here was like looking for my cousins, looking for my family, right? And all I wanted to do was spend time with them because it was just like we would always play and like play outside and that kind of thing. And yeah, it never became really receiving gifts just because I always found myself appreciating the time that I spent with people more than what they gave me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way I see it too, it's like you can always get money back or give money away, but you'll never
get
get
money.
time back or give time away. You know?
I'm on
So
that.
yeah.
No, you should definitely know your girls or your man's love languages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is hard when you're trying to talk to a girl for the first time. It really depends on how deep you guys talk, leading up to becoming your girlfriend, or if it ever gets to that point. But it's definitely when you're dating already, you should know.
100%. Yeah. If you're asking someone to be your partner, then you should definitely know.
Yeah, you should know.
At that point, you should know.
But we're saying that as older men. Like young people don't ask. I didn't know love languages until. Like I didn't know
Today.
until my relationship right now. Actually,
Oh, really?
I
Just
think
fairly
so.
recently?
I didn't dig deep into it like that.
It wasn't something that really caught your attention at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah, like you should know. You should know for yourself
What
first.
are your love languages?
I just had it up.
No, love languages is look it up. But
It's a real thing, bro.
I don't know in order, but I know quality time, acts of service, and physical touch.
oh,
you're
okay.
big.
Words of affirmation is like 3A. You know, like it's up there.
But do you like to give out words of affirmation, or you like to receive?
I like to give. I'm a
Okay.
giver of words of affirmation.
Okay.
It's like that's my top 3. My acts of service is up there too.
Mm-hmm.
And quality time up there. Physical touch. I like giving it. Do I like receiving it as much as I like giving it? No, that's a different one.
I'm a big physical touch. Like big. Like I like to be not like clingy, because that's too much. But like I like to be close to that person. Like
for sure.
Like when you crave like the physical touch, like you just want to be. It doesn't have to be like touching the person, but like you want to be close to it. I'm a big physical touch and like quality time. That's for sure.
And anyone like when you're watching, bro, like you should know your own.
Yeah.
Before you start dating, because
it helps you communicate a lot better with that person. It helps you maneuver around the relationship so much better the moment you understand each other's love languages. Because before I learned what love languages were, it was just like why aren't you getting my perspective? Why aren't you understanding me? You know what I mean? And it's just like it was just consistently like butting heads or just not meeting eye to eye. And then I learned what love languages were, or what love languages are, and it opened my eyes. Right? Like, trust me, it will open your eyes when it's like you see somebody else's perspective. You see how somebody else gives out their love compared to how they like to receive their love, and vice versa.
Because I read like Reddit and stuff, and then like some people are just like, I did not know how much my partner loved me until I found out what kind of love languages he gives out.
Yeah.
Because he never used to tell me he loved me, but then like he sees me. I see him like doing the plants and stuff, and he does it every morning. That's why, and then I cried. I read those things. Comment
down your love languages. We want to know.
Yeah. But to reiterate, man, you should know your own before you start dating someone. And I think once you know your own, I think the more people know their own love languages for themselves and how they like to receive and give, the more longer term relationships we'll have for younger people.
Yes.
And 100%. Less toxic. I'll say that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yes, for all the younger people, get ahead of us. Do better than us.
Yeah, do better, bro.
Do better.
Bro, for real. But then, for sure, if you're getting older, you need to know. You can't be 30 and not know your love language.
Oh, facts.
That is true.
100%.
You're way overdue.
Yeah, you're way overdue, exactly.
Way overdue.
You're way overdue, and then, like, you're 30, and, like, you have a smaller window to find another partner. So you should, really cherish that time and be smart and know what you do.
Yep.
You know? But love languages, man, it's important.
Yeah. Another big thing about that too, I don't know if you guys have ever done personality tests. You guys know about that, like the 18 personalities or something like that?
Oh yeah,
like the IFPJ, all that stuff. Like
you've done it?
I highly recommend doing that too if you haven't. It tells you a lot about yourself, not necessarily just like relationship wise, but if you are able to tell whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, or whether you're a more logical thinker or creative thinker, that kind of thing, like it helps you understand so much more about yourself, like how you approach things, how you talk to people, how you can better talk to people, that kind of thing. Right? And it helps. It does help.
I want to say this for sure for everyone listening and everyone watching. Everyone should know more about themselves, because some people just don't do that.
They just go out there.
Yeah, they just go out there and like they want to know about other people than they know about themselves, and then they're never fulfilled.
Yep.
I only learned this like personality test, this love language stuff, past college. Like after 22.
That's a good age though. That's a good age.
No, but like people should know that younger, you know?
But when you're younger, like your brain doesn't really function that well though. Like you're not really thinking about getting married at that point.
I guess.
So like you're just kind of going with the flow. I feel like once you get like your like I'll say early 20s, like mid 20s, that's when you start to like, okay, let me try and get to know myself because I want to make something happen. You know what I mean? Because I'm speaking for myself. When I was 16, 17, or even 15, I did not give a single flying thing to like care about what. Like,
you know what's funny? You censored yourself right there now, but then earlier ago you were saying F this, F that.
I caught myself. I
don't know this guy, bro.
I caught myself. But like when I was young, like I didn't care at all about like feelings or like other people's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just wanted to have fun.
I think you're right about that. I think I'm just going based on a very biased scenario where like I see people my age and older not know what the hell they're doing.
You know what? The way that I'm seeing this conversation now, we are the older heads that we saw when we were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now you kind of now we're just kind of, oh damn, we sound hella old.
Yeah.
we're starting to understand why all these older heads were preaching to us when we were 13, 12 years old.
Age?
Oh yeah, I guess so. I mean
they're gonna think they were like 29, 30s.
Well,
I'm 26, bro. I don't want people thinking I'm 55. Okay, so I'm telling y'all now, bro.
I'm 26 too.
Yeah, I'm a
26.
98.
I'm
Okay.
25.
Yeah, I'm 26. I just turned 26, by the way. I'm not no 26 turning
I'm
27.
the youngest.
He's the youngest. That's fact, and he's the tallest. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, screw him, bro.
Oh, and I'm the oldest and I'm the shortest too. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I'm 26. Okay, 98. All right. I'm not 26 turning 27. All right. I just turned 26.
I'm turning 27 this year.
All right.
I'm turning 26.
So we're not some old ass guys trying to give advice and talk about life. We're just young men trying
Going
to
through it.
Yeah.
Young men figuring it out.
Yeah, we're young and figuring it out, just like I hope y'all is, you know.
Yeah.
And I
We're
hope
figuring
that's
it
why
out
y'all
together.
watch us.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were saying again?
What was I saying?
That we were the older heads now.
Oh yeah. I feel like now that what's it called? Now that we're kind of on our own per se, right? We're a lot more independent than we were even just 5 years ago, right? We're starting to understand all these lectures that our parents used to give us, our uncles used to give us, right? Even like our older cousins or just older brother sister figures, right? And it's funny to see that most of what people were preaching to us when we were 12, 13, 14, 16, 17 years old is actually true.
It makes sense now.
You know?
Because when we're younger, we're just so ignorant. Like, I remember
Yeah.
these
Don't
older...
care.
Yeah, I remember these older heads telling me what I should do.
Dude, I hate
You shouldn't
that.
get a girlfriend. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. For the most part, I didn't do a lot of good, like, bad things, like do drugs and stuff when I was younger. But I got girls, right? Like, I talked to women, and I wanted to be with girls because that's what the social status was. But I wanted to pursue an athletic career.
Yeah.
So that ruined me, man. Like, talking to girls and being with girls. So...
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wait, did that throw you off of like your goals in a way?
I would think so. I'm not dissing the people that I was with, but just like I wish I focused more on what I wanted to do for myself, because it took me away from what I wanted to do, like getting a girlfriend.
But at the same time, don't you feel like in the process of you being distracted, that also tells you who you really are?
What do you mean?
Like, no, I'm not trying to say you're a dog. Right? That's not what I'm trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to say. No. I'm saying like, no. What I'm trying to say is like, part of what you're kind of discovering as you're younger and growing up. Yes, people tell you to focus on your goals and things like that, and like focus on what's more important. But at the same time, it's like a lot of it isn't necessarily what you're meant to do, right? And you're not gonna figure that out unless you are genuinely yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's obviously, don't get me wrong, there's people that get forced into like martial arts or into like basketball training camps or just sports in general. But the key word is forced.
Yeah.
Right? Me as a kid, for example, I was forced into Taekwondo. I did that shit 6 days a week, 4 hours after school.
Whoa.
Yeah, it burnt me the fuck out. That's why I stopped doing it for a while. But my point is, like, if nobody is there to force you to do anything per se, and you have the freedom to kind of discover the world on your own, still with some guidance, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing. That not being distracted from what you necessarily wanted isn't necessarily a bad thing, because maybe you're on the right path that you needed to be now. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, I understand. Because without those heartbreaks and what I went through, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Exactly.
I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, you're right.
Everything happens for a reason.
I'm out here 16. I want to go to the league. I'm making the league. But now I look at it, I'm like older now. I'm like, bro, I didn't grow till like 6'5" or anything. So I'm not going to the league.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So I get what you're saying now.
But
It makes a lot of sense.
if you think about it, a lot of the lectures that we received when we were young, I think it was like our parents or whoever was giving it, their regrets speaking for them.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Like that, like what I was saying earlier, right? Like in terms of like how I want to approach fatherhood, or how most people approach parenthood rather, is you want to teach your kids to avoid making the same mistakes you did. But at the same time, like you can't get them to avoid every single mistake. That's how you learn.
Yeah, that's life.
That's how you grow. That's how you mature, right? It's through your mistakes. It's through also your successes with your mistakes that you learn, right? It's like, for example, a lot of the people that are successful now, it wasn't just they stepped out the door and bang.
It wasn't overnight.
Paparazzi, you know. Yeah. It's through constant failure that you learn what to do better next time, you know. So
I think also too, like when we're getting told we're younger, I wish it was someone more prominent, like more cooler. Because I'm looking to some of these titos like, oh yeah, don't do this, stop talking to girls. But it's just like, yo, like I'm not trying to be like you though. You look like a bum, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so why would I listen to you? But if someone like let's say for example I had Kobe in my life and he told me, yo, stop talking to bitches.
You're never talk to a girl again, huh?
No, but he'll tell me like now that I'm older, like I can tell a young boy, and I hope they would look up to me and stuff. I can tell him like, yo, stop talking to girls. It will come naturally.
You have Brian though, Charles' brother.
Yeah, yo, no, and I love Brian.
Yeah,
and I always talk to him like that, and he listens, which I appreciate.
That's what I'm saying.
And but like that's the
Maybe
thing.
the
though.
way he looks at you, like you're the weird Tito.
No, I hope not. God forbid. But it looks like he does listen to me because like Charles also talks to him too. Like, and we're also in the same circle. Like,
yeah.
So that's the thing. I think when you give advice, you have to give it to someone that actually wants to listen to you.
100%.
Because I feel like when we were growing up, it was just people that just told you because like they're a little bit bitter, low key, and I don't want to listen to them. Yeah, why would I listen to you?
Yeah.
You know, I always listened to someone that actually had something I wanted. Like, so I think when it comes to giving advice, it should always be someone that wants to actually listen to you.
True.
So
that was a deep conversation.
That's the thing about being quote unquote
Yeah.
Give advice when someone actually needs it, because sometimes I get lost in that translation too of just like talking because I have experienced it and because I want to tell you.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I hope no one doesn't want to just listen to me, you know? Or how do I say that? I don't know if I worded that right, but
like you don't want to give unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to come off like that because I knew when I was younger, like people gave me unsolicited advice. I didn't listen to them because I didn't want to.
People that want to listen.
Yeah, so I want to talk to people that actually want to listen to me.
Yeah, that's how it gotta be.
But at the same time, like it's hard to learn who wants to listen to you. You know what I mean? Like us being in a position, getting older now, it's like how do you kind of realize who the people are that want to listen to you?
But
like,
you can catch the vibe.
I mean, yes, but and in terms of like people that are younger, like they're growing up, like they are growing up at a pace. Their growth pace is a lot different than we are now. Yeah. We've gone through it, right? But they're taking all this new information, all these like huge influences, especially with social media, right? Like they're learning all these different things, not just from people now, from their phones too, right? Now how do you kind of like what kind of water do you tread on where it's like, oh, they've already been exposed to this, like they've already been told on like a social media app, you know, when people put text on a screen and shit like that, like what value is my word now, you know what I mean?
That's true.
So it's like it's a different kind of generation per se that these younger people are growing up in now.
I hate this generation, man. Can't even lie.
But you know what? I kind of envy them in a way because now they have more access to people to actually want to listen to. When we were younger, we don't have a lot of people speaking up.
True.
Dude, I would not trade the way we grew up to the way people are growing up right now.
It depends on the scenario.
It depends, yeah.
Scenario.
No, honestly, in everything, I think growing up the way we grew up, it builds you up for everything. Like you can go through every shit and like you figure it out some way. And like nowadays everything it's so easy, like it's so handed to you so easily. Like you don't work hard to it.
Yeah, definitely I get that
like
part.
You have a math problem, you go on Google. Like we didn't have that.
Yeah.
We had to literally look on the textbooks.
Yeah, I had for my English class, which I excelled at because I love writing and everything. I wrote that came from my head top. All right, it was that picture where I was burning the burning paper, the burning pen. That's me. But now I can use ChatGPT.
Exactly. You know, it's so easy handed. It's like especially for like younger kids. Like if you go to like exams, whatever, high school, there's apps on your laptop that gives you the answers to the exams while you're doing it.
Wow.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like there's like websites that you link to like your like personal computer and everything that gives you the answers. Wow. So like sometimes you don't even study for it.
That's crazy.
So like a lot of the things that they get now, it's handed in. Like they don't work hard.
Yeah.
That's why they don't appreciate it as much.
But at the same time, as much as you say you hate this generation, there's also a kind of pro and con to it. The people that are using those kind of handed on a silver platter
for good?
No. So what I'm saying is people that are kind of taking that handed to you on a silver platter kind of benefit to this generation, what do you really think they're going to amount to?
Because they didn't put the hard work, so they won't go anywhere else? Okay.
You know what I mean? And then that kind of filters them out on their own because it's kind of like survival of the fittest. Take away that, what are they now? As opposed to those who are actually working and striving for what's what they want in the appropriate way, you know what I mean, without cutting corners, without cheating, that kind of stuff. So I think personally, as much as yes, like this generation can be handed things be fed with a silver spoon, like I think, in my opinion, it also will filter out kind of the best and the worst.
It's at the end of the day, it's still and will always be up to you.
100%.
What you get, what you get is how you take it. If that made sense. You know, your opportunities, you have to seize it.
I just like that we had to work hard for our stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I wouldn't change that for nothing, bro. Like, even like to get your opinion to be heard, you had to work hard for it. You couldn't just go on Twitter and post about it.
Yeah, because not everyone can say anything,
Exactly.
right?
Like, you go on Instagram, you post a story, everyone's looking at it, replying to you. We don't have that. If you want to talk to someone, you would have to go to that person and talk to them. You couldn't just text them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, everyone's becoming like a social media influencer.
Exactly.
You know?
Like we were talking, like, we don't tell people, we don't ring the doorbell anymore. We just text here. Like, it's
That's
so
true.
small,
Yeah.
but like, it's a big difference.
It
Like,
is.
I think that was the first time I ever rang your doorbell.
No, last time you came, you rang my doorbell.
Did I?
You did.
Okay, see,
You did.
I like ringing doorbells. I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah.
But like, that's like the small stuff. Like, we work hard for it.
Yeah.
Like, our phones, for example, it wasn't given to us. Even when we were kids, for us to get a phone from our parents, we had to work hard for
You're
it.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Work hard, bro.
Like, now a kid turns 16, they get a car. I
Oh.
never got a car, fam.
Yeah,
So,
facts.
I'm still paying off my car, to be honest.
When my kid sees this when they're 16, bro, you are taking the TTC. Take
Public
the car.
transit, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. No, definitely. I'm not. Even if I had the means to be honest with you, no, take public transit.
Yeah.
I had to go through. And sorry, I don't mean to say like just because I went through it, you have to go through it. It's just a kind of like and it's just a kind of like it builds up your personality. It builds up your individuality.
Character development.
Yes, your
You
character
become more
development.
independent.
Yes, exactly.
If I give you a car straight out 16, you're gonna be doing dumb stuff, get
Yep.
into an
Yeah.
accident, bro.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to pay for everything,
Yeah.
right? And it's like all these repairs. It's gonna be on my bill,
Yep.
even though you're the one driving it, and you're gonna be driving all your friends to butt nowhere,
Yeah.
right? So
Drinking and driving, I don't want that.
yeah,
Not in my household.
earn it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Earn it.
Earn it. That's
Earn
the
it.
saying. Earn it.
Is that the title? Earn it. For this
Earn it.
podcast.
Do kids have to earn it?
Earn what, bro? You
The
are.
girls have to earn.
Yeah, this guy's gonna flame me this whole day, bro. But you're right, though. The kids these days, they do have it, but it's also their blessing. But like I said, what you take or what the opportunity you have, you have to seize it. They do have this blessing of like having everything put on for them, all this information, which I wish I had. But we're only saying I wish I had information because we worked hard and we put the
Yeah.
effort in. Like I wish I knew how to do this when I was doing all this work. So
The only thing I wish I had was a different mentality when I was younger. Like, if I had, when I was, for example, 16, 17, if I had the same mentality I have now, when I would be 25, I would be a whole different person. That's for sure.
But we always say that. I say that too, right? Like I wish I had a different mentality. right?
Exactly. That's the only thing I wish I had.
But we can never wish that, right? Or we shouldn't wish that.
No,
'cause then
I'm saying like
wishing for a different life.
no, yeah, that's true. That makes sense. But like, I'm saying the scenario of like, you're saying like, oh, I wish I had like the means, or like I wish I had like a newer phone. But like, I don't wish any of that. I just wish I had a different mentality. Obviously, like that comes with age and experience. But if I could choose anything, it would be a different mentality.
I think about that a lot.
Yeah. See.
I do think about that. I wish I did this. I wish I did that.
Exactly.
But then I'll have a different ass life. I wouldn't have the girl that I have right now.
You probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah. I wouldn't be talking to y'all.
I mean, like, not that you'd be dead. I'm saying like
Oh.
you probably wouldn't be
in a
this
different place
I
right now.
probably wouldn't be friends with you. Let's be
Exactly.
honest. Like, if I did certain things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad I did what I did.
Yeah.
I have regrets, which everyone should have regrets. I don't want to. It sounds wrong, but yeah, I have regrets for sure. But then if I did those regrets the right way, then I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So everything happens for a reason.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah. One little different move would change your whole life.
Damn,
Damn,
that was deep.
that was deep.
That was a
Yeah.
good one.
That's 2 hours.
Damn.
I think we should cut it there.
Yeah, I'm good.
That was a great episode.
That really was, yo.
Sick. All right, wrapping it up. Podcast Poppies.
Podcast Poppies.
Episode 2.
Tune in for the next
Yo.
time, but at the same time, when y'all get this, like, please share, please like, please subscribe, whatever these YouTubers say, please do that.
Rate our podcast.
Yeah, yes, please. Yeah,
please.
you know what? Like,
Drop your thoughts.
Yeah,
drop your opinions. Drop your hate, whatever it is.
We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
pause.
You gotta stop with that, bro.
But with them saying that, give us everything. Give us all the. Oh, that sounds so.
Hella pause.
Give us everything that you have it for your opinions, because we're here to like do better. We're here to get constructive criticism.
You are part of our foundation.
Yeah, we are.
That's
you are,
true.
and we want to be as authentic as we can. I don't want to get watered down, and we all of us want to blow up. We all want to be successful, but at the same time, we still want to have the same foundation, the same ethic. So
We want you
please,
guys to enjoy it.
yeah, we want you guys to enjoy. We want you guys to take something from every episode, every time. Like I want you guys to learn
enjoy
something.
because we're enjoying it. We're
Yeah.
having fun doing this. So as
And-
long as you guys are having fun, we're having fun.
Yeah, and no way is this professional. Oh, it's not.
Yeah, you guys see?
Yeah,
No way, this professional. He taps on the camera.
but yeah, man, just give us your opinions anytime. Like we're here to listen. We're here to be better. At the end of the day, we're here to be better and
Yeah.
better for y'all. Actually, it's not for us. It's for y'all.
Yeah.
Because we want to give you guys amazing content every time.
Mhm.
Like, I always want to value quality over quantity.
Yes,
So
facts. We're here to be genuine.
Yeah. Give us your thoughts, because at the end of the day, you're going to start asking us for opinions on things that you are going through. So please, we love y'all.
And again, shout out Kevin.
Shout out Kevin.
Real one.
Shout
Shout out Kevin. We'll see you on episode 3.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.
Later.